I guess we did have a starting lineman actually broke his hand, so he'll be out today. So that one hurt one of our guards. So a little shuffle going on, but we'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Coach, thanks as always for the time. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, our pregame show continues in just a moment on the Action Sports Network.
It's not about the dollars. It's about the stories behind them. The small businesses that make it happen. The family, the first one, the family planting seeds for the next generation. For 140 years, we've been here, not just with wins and accounts, but with partnerships, personalities, and family partners. This is more than money. It's relationships. It's community. It's heart and grit. First Farmers Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Ready, down, put.
Community Federal Credit Union.
When it comes to your family's health, having a trusted primary care provider matters more than ever. While some primary care practices are scaling back or closing their doors, Marion Health is growing, welcoming new, experienced physicians, and expanding access to care right here in our community. From annual checkups and preventive care to managing chronic
Starts simply. A first meeting, a thoughtful question, a quiet moment of trust. From there, it grows into shared goals, honest conversations, and a plan shaped around your life's ambitions. The connection between you and your financial advisor is everything. By investing in it, Raymond James has built a firm where things that start simply have boundless potential. That's the power of personal.
And they're picked to win the league again. Markey, interestingly enough, so Belmont's got a 42-game losing streak that goes back 5 years in the NE8. They were not picked to finish last by Outside the Huddle. I asked Josh Gerber about that. Norwell was picked to finish last. Asked him about that, said, hey, did that provide any extra motivation? He said, we try to, if you were listening to the pregame, he said, we try not to pay attention to that stuff, but it's nice to shove it to those guys once in a while. He did also mention that the last time Norwell was picked to finish last in the NE8, they won 10 games and made it to a sectional championship. So preseason prognostications are for guys like us, not necessarily indicative of what the season's going to be like.
And really, when it comes to high school football preseason predictions, I don't like them at all. I don't even like the preseason rankings at all because I feel like they never really quite play out at all. But Norwell obviously trying to use that as motivation, and what a way they could do it tonight against Mississinewa. And same thing for Mississinewa. I mean, they're ranked high to start the preseason. They could do the same thing against Norwell tonight and just prove themselves as well.
Indians in their all red jerseys tonight with white numbers and white domes. They're about to take the field here at Fisher Field. Norwell has already burst out of their locker room, and in their all white jerseys tonight with navy numbers and letters, they have taken their sideline. Tonight's game is proudly supported by the Indiana Army National Guard. Live here, work here, serve here. Discover how you can launch your career today by visiting nationalguard.com/Indiana. The Indians have taken the field. Very strong crowd here tonight and very week one type weather. 80 degrees is our kickoff temperature. The sun is shining for the moment. There's a very outside chance of a passing shower tonight, but most locations will stay dry. And we are excited to bring you week one of high school football on the Action Sports Network. Again, one of 10 games on ASN tonight, including Marion and Southside, Huntington North Eastbrook, Eastern Oak Hill, Belmont at Madison Grant, Maconaquah at Sheridan, Southwood at Rochester, Northfield at North Miami, Northwestern at Manchester, and Logansport at Peru. All those games on ASN tonight, and we're glad to bring you score updates as we receive them throughout the evening tonight as well. Norwell kicking off its 59th varsity season of football, 2-9 last year. Again, won just one league game, but did get a sectional win against Heritage in the sectional opener, and taking on an Indians team that has continued to establish themselves as a Central Indiana power in Class 3A. Our officials tonight are led by Scott Macklin. He's the white hat. They're walking out with the captains tonight for the mock coin toss. He's joined by Jeremy Aker, Scott Mouse, Danny Fitch, and Tony Davidson. And we'll get the official wording here. So, do have a ref mic in use tonight as well. We'll see if we can tap into that as we go forward and get you a listen in with Scott Macklin on the call. Handshakes in progress.
My name's Scott Macklin. I'll be your referee for tonight. Jeremy Aker will be the umpire in the middle. Sportsmanship was brought up to both coaches already. You guys have an issue, talk to your coach, or talk to one of us, okay? Have a clean, hard game. Football's a fun game, right? All right. We did a coin toss already. Mississinewa won the toss. They chose to defer. Wish each other good luck, guys.
All right, so you heard it from Scott Macklin. Mississinewa wins the toss. Norwell gets the football first. And, Markey, we'll see this redesigned Norwell offense a little bit. A group that has a sophomore quarterback, but it is his 7th start tonight. And this is a Norwell team that is looking to improve offensively from a unit that only averaged 14 points a game last season.
Yeah, obviously not what they wanted last season or quite recently in history. But, again, if they come out and get that first punch against Mississinewa, that'll definitely give some confidence to start off the regular season. And, obviously, that's something Norwell wants. Get some positivity going towards the beginning of this regular season.
And if you were listening to Coach Gerber in our pregame tonight, he did mention that Norwell threw the ball a lot more in the scrimmage than they will expect to here tonight. Of course, that could change given the game situation. Maybe they find themselves down a couple scores early. But all things considered, Norwell expects to pound the football just like those teams of old that won 10, 11 games a handful of years ago, and that is the identity. These two teams, at least in the way that they shape up, and they want to project an identity that wins up front. We talked about it earlier on in the pregame. Mississinewa, 12 combined starting years on the 5 guys in the offensive line. It's hard to find a more experienced unit than that in the entire state.
Yeah, no, and that's why they're getting the recognition that they have. And really, over the last 3 to 4 years, Mississinewa has kind of built what they call a tribe of excellence over here football-wise. They definitely have done a good job, set the standard, and like you said, it all starts up front.
Well, the fans have showed up tonight. A large student section down to our right. We're on the second row of the press box at the 45-yard line. Looking across the contingent from Ossian, about a 45-minute drive. Very strong there as well. Visiting stands are mostly full, and we are set for kickoff. Back deep for the Knights, Lance Merriweather. He's expected to take a really big step. Coach Gerber expecting big things out of him this season. Had some tremendous catches last year. Also deep, Titus Edwards for the Knights, as they will drive right to left across your phone, computer, or radio tonight on the Action Sports Network. 80 degrees here at kickoff, just a slight breeze blowing from our left to our right will not make much of an impact here this evening. The all-red clad Indians are ready to kick it off. Dylan Davis making his varsity debut. The 5'9" senior ready to boot it away, and the 2026 season is underway. It's a short end-over-end kick retrieved at the 20-yard line by the Knights, running up the right sideline and angling out of bounds near the 30. Pretty short kick to return by Norwell's E.J. Morgan, who we will see a whole lot of in the backfield tonight. And the Knights come out behind starting quarterback Hunter Kurtz, nearly 800 yards passing last year, 6 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and completed only 49% of his passes. Those short throws that get him some confidence early are what Coach Gerber is trying to look at tonight and make sure that he grows in confidence as he starts his 7th high school game. Hunter Kurtz starts under center. It's one lone setback, and E.J. Morgan is lined up right behind him. Man in motion in the backfield, Adam Monensmith from left to right. Here's the snapback. Feed the belly of Morgan, pounds up the right hash mark for a gain of 2 as he sprints out to the 33-yard line. Brought down by a host of Indians, led up front by Mississinewa's starting linebacker and leading returning tackler Colton Vaughn. Brings up 2nd and 8 after a first down gain of 2.
So definitely what we talked about they're going to try to do. Win up front, first down of the game, and I expect them to do the same thing over and over and over.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Pistol look on 2nd and 8. Kurtz barks for the snap, has a number high snap, hands it off to Morgan, spreading it out to the right. Not a lot of room there. He might have lost one. He is ushered out of bounds on the edge by Eli Starnes, who helped him out there, and that brings up 3rd down and call it 9 from Norwell's own 32-yard line. First series of the game, and the Knights face 3rd and long.
Nice job by that Mississinewa defense. Get in the backfield and meet him almost at the line of scrimmage. Not much of a gain there. And this is a good spot for Mississinewa defensively. Get a stop here.
Got whistles here, and I think Mississinewa has a personnel issue, and Coach Lochner's going to call his first time out. 3rd and 9 when we come back. 45 seconds deep into the first quarter. Scoreless on the Action Sports Network.
The first key.
Some places serve ice cream. We serve memories. Premium ice cream, homemade creations, a place where everyone belongs. Come for the ice cream, stay for the community.
Mailing choose Hoosier Jiffy Print, 1417 West Kemp Road in Marion and 675 Stitt Street in Wabash. 3rd and 9 for Norwell, right to left in their white jerseys on the first drive of the game from their own 32. Belt high snap floats back to Kurtz, plants his foot, airs it out deep sideline. It's brought in for the Knights and a big gain all the way down to the Mississinewa 17-yard line. Cooper Bunn brings it in, Norwell's top receiver from a season ago. And Norwell on 3rd down and 9 gains 51 for a first down in the red zone.
Definitely ideal situation now for Norwell. Obviously the 3rd and long, you want to get the big hitter. They got it. Now looking to score here, possibly against this Mississinewa team.
We talked about a team that was comfortable between the hashes, and they go big hit on 3rd down and 9. Cooper Bunn had a step on his man. Nearly 500 receiving yards last year and 3 touchdowns. And now Norwell faces a 1st down and 10 at the Mississinewa 17. Right hash going in, 2 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right for Kurtz with Morgan to his left. Whistle stop play here, and I think Josh Gerber is now upset. This is very week 1-like here after a 51-yard gain. Not sure if they had trouble getting the play in there as the play clock was winding down. And we'll step out for just a moment.
I'm Kayla Garcia with FC Tucker, and I'm here to make your home buying process simple, stress-free, and enjoyable. Buying or selling a house is so much more than a transaction. It's a life-changing moment. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading, downsizing, or selling a place full of memories, I'll be with you every step of the way. My goal is to help you move forward with confidence while making the experience as smooth as possible. I'm Kayla Garcia, and I would be honored to help you with your next chapter.
First and 10 on the Ole Miss 17-yard line. And Norwell goes the same look after their first time out. Shotgun snap to Kurtz. Design run. Tucks it to his left. Gets a block from Morgan. Escapes out to the 15. And then he is brought down and spilled out there by the safety, Jasper Ballard, 6'1", 185-pound junior, 2-year starter. A gain of only 2, and it's 2nd and 8.
I do like the play call there. Just letting Kurtz use his athletic ability, try to get something on the outside. Mississinewa doing a nice job, though, of containing it as much as they could.
Norwell goes out of the huddle here, but difference this season, calling the plays from the wrist sleeve, if you will, and going with the play cards instead of the old school run to the sideline for the play. 2 receivers right of Kurtz, fake the handoff, throw a screen to the right. It's brought in by Meriwether down near the 10-yard line, wrapped up and dropped there. Stop made this time by Dakota Hill for Mississinewa, and that brings up 3rd down and call it 5. They actually marked him at the 12-yard line, so did not get as far down as the 10 from the right hash. It's always interesting this time of year. You might be talking about 4-down territory after that big hit on a drive.
That's kind of what I was thinking, too. You don't really got to get it all here. If you get close, it's definitely 4-down territory, but it's interesting to see what they'll do.
Braden Huffman, by the way, Norwell's place kicker this year, has never kicked in a varsity game. He's making his debut tonight. Pistol look on 3rd down and 5. Here's the snap, handed off to Morgan. Burst to his right, outside the numbers, got a step, tumbles forward, and he's got the 1st down. Dragged down near the 5-yard line, and E.J. Morgan bounced off the right tackle, and Norwell sets up 1st and goal, 2 for 2 on this first drive on 3rd down.
Very nice job by them just to stay relaxed and do what you got to do up front, picking up the 1st down, now looking within goal to put some points on the board.
We'll start here for the Knights, and a wonderful opening drive that started back inside Norwell's own 35-yard line. 1st and goal from the 5, tight formation at the line of scrimmage. Extra man in the backfield. Here's the 1st down carry. It goes to Lincoln Moyer, I think, who gets the carry there, the H-back. He picks up 2, and then he gets driven back. The ball comes out at the end. Now, I think they're marking him down, and the line judge on the or the head linesman, rather, on the opposite side is marking it at the 3. So it is a gain of 2 on 1st down. So the ball came stripped out there at the end, but Lincoln Moyer picks up 2, and now it's 2nd and goal and 3.
Yeah, forward progress was definitely stopped way before that. Didn't hear the whistle, but obviously they're on the 3, and they're going to keep trying to pound it here.
We're also a long way away from where those whistles are coming from.
Yeah.
Spread it out this time. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. 2nd down and goal from the 3. Shotgun snap, belt high to Kurtz. Plants it, floats it to the end zone. Intercepted by Mississinewa and brought out of the end zone to the 2-yard line. Kind of a silly play there by Mississinewa's defensive back, Levi Starnes. But that pass floated on Hunter Kurtz, and the Knights on 2nd and goal throw an interception. And that's a big takeaway for Ole Miss.
So definitely not what you wanted right there, Derek. If you move the ball like they did to finish your drive like that, just not the best of ideas there at the quarterback position. But Mississinewa, good job defensively to get the ball. Not the smartest of plays to take that out of the end zone, but let's see what they can do here offensively.
All right, so Norwell now finds itself on defense. It's 1st and 10, Mississinewa on their own 3-yard line. And boy, that's a big-time turnover for Norwell on a drive that went 70 yards almost. comes starting quarterback Jacob Schwartz, the senior, hands it off to the right side and met near the 5-yard line. The starting tailback tonight, Levi Crandall, nearly 900 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns a season ago, and he, as we mentioned in the pregame marquee, will be the bell cow of this offense as he gains 3 on first down.
Very, very talented player. Hits people hard. Definitely one to watch out for.
Second down and 7. Ball resting on the 6-yard line. Mississinewa just got it on an interception. 7:50 to go in the opening quarter. No score in Gas City. High snap this time. Handed off on his sweep play. Colton Vaughn gets the carry this time, and he totes it out to the 10-yard line. Tackled on the far side hash mark. The stop made by Norwell's linebacker Ben Peterson, making his first start at linebacker, the 5'9", 178-pound junior. He gains 5. Third down and short for Mississinewa. They need 3 out to the 13.
Yeah, and it's definitely an important one, too, to get this first down. Try to keep the ball moving on your first drive of the season. Let's see if they put it in the air here.
Shorts out of the shotgun. Crandall to his right. Here's the snap. It's fumbled, and he picks it up off the turf. Now he's scrambling, and he is swallowed up and demolished at the 6-yard line. Trey Privet snipped it out, but that play was doomed from the start. Jacob Schwartz was unable to handle that snap. They go back to the 5-yard line. We've got a penalty marker down at the end of this play, and this is, if this is on Norwell, that's a massive penalty that could result in a first down here.
I'm thinking this is on Mississinewa. Looked like a little extra curriculars going on.
Unsportsmanlike on Ole Miss. Good catch there, Markey. So those will march it back half the distance back to the 3-yard line. And Norwell does its job defensively and gets off the field. So after that interception, calm down, forced to 3 and out, and now they're more than likely going to get the ball on the plus side of the field.
Definitely makes up for what you had offensively. And the way they were moving the ball on the ground, I think you want to go back to that more often than not on this next drive. But obviously right now, Mississinewa punting this, not the most room you'd want right now in that end zone, right on the edge of that end line down there.
Yeah, all the way at the back. And so Norwell's got their return man Meriwether set up on the 35. I think Scott Macklin's having some trouble with his microphone. That is Corbin Weaver back deep to punt for Ole Miss. Weaver, the 6'2 senior. Got a pretty shocking score update for you here in just a second when we get a moment.
Deep man for Norwell, number 9, Lance Meriwether.
So Meriwether's down on a knee right now on the 35. Now he backs up to the 40. But Norwell, again, barring catastrophe here, is going to get pretty good field position. 7:05 left in the opening quarter, scoreless. Norwell went 70 yards almost on its first drive, then threw an interception in the end zone. And Ole Miss just went 3 and out. So now the ball back in play, ready for the snap. Will Norwell bring pressure? The answer is yes, but Mississinewa handles it. This is a low tumbling kick at the 35, bounces toward the 40, and out near the 50, and Meriwether didn't pick it up, and it bounces across the 50, all the way down to the Norwell 46-yard line. That is a tremendous move. 51 yards with no return.
Yeah, definitely not where you want to be as a punter in the back of that end zone. I feel like that's the ideal situation of what you got yourself into, because a lot can go wrong there, but definitely a nice punt.
All right, so Norwell takes back over. 6:58 left in this first quarter. And back to that score update, Marky. How about this? We're talking about Belmont losing 42 in a row. They went for a trick halfback pass on the first play of the game and scored a touchdown and leads 6-0 at Madison Grant. First and 10 for the Knights as they're near midfield. 46-yard line, second drive of the game. Hunter Kurtz back on. He threw a beauty of a 51-yard connection to Cooper Bunn on the first drive, but it was all for naught as Norwell turned it over in the end zone. Pistol look, here's the snap. Hand off to Morgan, burst to the right, big hole out across the 50, and dives down to the 48-yard line. Great push up front by Norwell that time. The stop made in the Mississinewa secondary. I think that's Dane Horn who got the stop there. A gain of 6 on first down, but a big push up front.
Yeah, definitely got downhill there, driving his feet, and that's where Norwell's found success so far. I want to see him just keep pounding this football and wear out this Mississinewa defense.
Almost halfway through the first quarter, Norwell and Mississinewa, no score here in Gas City, week 1 of the 2026 season. Under center this time, Kurtz hands it off to Morgan, contacted at the line, and then he twists forward down to the 46-yard line. So it's still falling forward, gain of 2. Sets up third down and 2 between the hash marks on the edge of the big Indian head logo at center field.
So the last big third down that Norwell had, they went in the air and threw that interception. Let's see what they go with here. Obviously third and shorter now, but it's definitely interesting. They're doing a nice job of running the ball. They've had one good pass and one interception. So
the top sack getter last year, Caden Faust for Mississinewa, comes off the field on third down, has a seat on the bench with his helmet off. Third down and 2. Pistol, snap, fake the handoff, twirling to his left. Kurt sucks it and runs. He's got the first down, angling out of bounds to the 40, and then he goes busting through the Mississinewa bench as he gains 6 and moves the sticks as Norwell gains a half dozen, and Marky Norwell 3 for 3 on third down here in the first quarter.
Yeah, doing a nice job of just reaching the sticks. Kurt's there just showing off his athletic ability, getting to the outside, picking up the first down, and they're just marching right now.
5:37 to go, first quarter. I have score updates as we get them. Norwell and Mississinewa scoreless here. Thanks so much for joining us tonight in Grant County. Norwell on the 40-yard line, left hash, right to left in white, defended by the Indians in red. 4 down linemen as Kurtz looks out of the pistol. Moyer moves to his left, sets up at the tight end. Here's the snap back, handed off to Morgan. He bursts across the 30 and then gets tackled there at the 29. Actually, it wasn't Morgan that time. It was Ben Peterson, a 5'9 junior, who just made a big stop on the last defensive set for the Knights. And they'll mark him at the 30. It's a gain of 10 to move the chains again.
Yep, the first down of the game for the Norwell Knights, and they're just moving the football right now, winning up front, and just doing a nice job overall.
They haven't gotten into the end zone yet. They turned it over moments ago in the red painted turf. First and 10, Norwell on the 30-yard line, left hash. Moyer tied into the left. Here's the belt high snap, handed off. This time it's Peterson again as he goes corkscrewing between the hashes at the 28-yard line and met there by defensive lineman William Kaus, a 5'11", 235-pound senior. Gain of 2, second and 8 for the Knights.
Mississinewa trying to figure out what they can do to stop this run right now. They haven't had really any stops for negative yards or none at all. So let's see how they can try to step up here.
It's very early on.
It is.
But the returns for the Knights have been positive
Yep.
here in the first quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Moyer tight end right, handed off. Peterson again. Peterson met out across the 25, and he's able to keep his footing and tumble down to the 20-yard line. He was met near the 25 and somehow stumbled down to the 20, and the Knights move the chains on the gain of 6.
Good for a first down.
5 first downs now. Norwell just doing a nice job on this possession. A little bit more conservative than we saw in their first possession.
Yeah, no question about it. This is the brand that they want to play. They haven't found themselves in third and long. They had to go to the air on the last drive, and they hooked up for 51 to Cooper Bunn. First and 10 inside the red zone. Norwell's second trip in the red area. Pistol snap to Kurtz. Handoff up the gut, down the right hash. 2 yards on first down. And Peterson has gotten his fair share of carries here in this first quarter tonight. DJ Morgan is the featured back, but Peterson comes off now as Norwell will make a substitution. And speaking of substitutions, the Knights are going to need one as an offensive lineman is down, seated between the 20 and the 15-yard lines. And that might be center Cam Ealing, who's making his first start over the ball tonight. Head coach Josh.
Every great community has those places that just feel like home. Family-owned, community-supported, and proud supporters of our schools. From handcrafted soaps to premium self-care products, there's something here for everyone. Mama Pearson's Soporium, gourmet skin food since 2013. Made for our community, by our community.
On both sides for both teams. And they're slowly helping the injured man back to his feet. And it is Cam Ealing. So week 1 in the first quarter, and you're on your backup center. 3:37 to go in the opening frame. No score, but now things get interesting in the middle, and the captain of that offensive line is off the field now for the Knights.
These are the moments, if defensive minded here, Derek, that you're just kind of looking for that Bad snap. The backup center comes in a little nervous. First game of the season.
Lose quite a bit of size. Stellan Davis has moved over from right guard. He's also making his first start tonight. Lucas Millard is in at right guard, the 6'4", 302-pound senior. On 2nd and 8, the handoff goes to E.J. Morgan, and he is snuffed out between the numbers and hashes on the far side. He gains nothing that time, and really good pressure up front. Wonder if that'll make a difference here. Hayden Faust made the stop for Mississinewa. Now it's 3rd and 8 for the Knights from the 18.
So another long 3rd down here for Norwell. Let's see where they go with it. Again, obviously, we keep talking about it earlier in the game with the interception. Let's see if they try to find a man here and move the sticks.
We'll go inside. 3 minutes left in the first quarter on this snap. 2 receivers make it 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Monon Smith shuffles to the line of scrimmage. High snap, but Kurtz pulls it in. Bootleg to the left, throwing it toward the end zone. It's too far for Cooper Bunn. That was probably going to be short of a first down anyway. It was defended by Jasper Ballage, and Norwell will bring on the field goal unit to try a 35-yard field goal to try to get them onto the board.
I was kind of surprised with this one. I didn't know if they would possibly go for it on 4th down here or attempt the kind of longer field goal, but that's what they're electing for. Let's see how it goes for them.
So on to kick for the Knights is Braden Huffman, making his varsity debut tonight. He's never kicked a football in a game. 2:52 left in the first quarter. It's a 35-yard attempt from the right hash as Norwell tries to get on the board. Here's the snapback. It's good. The hold is good. The kick is on the way. End over end toward the uprights, and this one sails through. A 35-yard field goal for Braden Huffman on his first kick gives Norwell a 3-0 lead. 2:47 left in the first quarter on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. You're listening to high school football, brought to you by the Indiana Army National Guard on the Action Sports Network.
Ready, down, hunt, hunt, hunt.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Mike Anderson Chevrolet, we help our customers win every single day. From dependable trucks to family SUVs, Mike Anderson Chevrolet has the vehicle you're looking for. At Mike Anderson Chevrolet, you can drive home a winner.
First and 10 for the Indians from their own 15-yard line. Randall on the carry at the middle. Number 65, Wyatt Clifton, and number 13, E.J. Morgan on the stop for Norwell.
distance to the goal line.
It's up and it's good. With 1 minute, 31 seconds left in the first quarter, Indians 7, Knights 3. Also, I have a birthday wish for one of the Ole Miss players, number 60, William Cowles. Happy 17th birthday.
They graduated Elijah Monday last year, but Crandall is ready, I think, to take over as that bell cow back, and he showcased it there.
Yeah, Crandall definitely a spark plug of a runner and showing off his skills on that last drive.
All right, here comes the kickoff, line drive kick, angling to the left down inside the 10. This one tumbles out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty on the Indians. And so I'm assuming Norwell will take the yardage here and mark it off and get that good starting field position. Josh Gerber is already talking to Scott Macklin on whether he wants to make him re-kick or not. But the key here, Marquis, Norwell's been able to move the football on the first two drives. They just have not gotten into the end zone. One turnover and then one field goal as they ended up on third down and long. They'll take the yardage here and mark it off to 35. So that's where Norwell starts this drive. But, Marky, that can be deflating, giving up a run like that. You feel like you've been the better team in the first quarter, and then you give up a 72-yard sprint.
Yeah, just making one mistake. But the helping hand today for Norwell has been that field position. And, again, right here in a great field position spot, just trying to take advantage of it.
All right, E.J. Morgan's in the backfield behind Kurtz in a pistol. Here's the snap. And fake the handoff, throw a slant, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Bunn. It was too tall for him, and then it went rolling down near the 50-yard line. Pretty dangerous after that got deflected. It falls incomplete at 2nd and 10.
How well they've been running the ball on first down. I'm kind of surprised going in the air there. Now you have 2nd and 10. You really haven't seen this kind of yardage on 2nd down all day.
Norwell's definitely mixed up the backs. Looks like Cash Begley is in the game. 6-foot junior, got a host of carries in the scrimmage against Northrop last week. 2nd and 10 from the 35 with 1:27 left in the opening quarter. Here's the snapback, make the handoff. Kurtz takes it himself, dances across the 40, sheds a man, and then gets crinkled at the 43-yard line. He got hit high and low, kind of sandwiched on that tackle. Pretty dangerous for the athletic sophomore, but he gains 8, and it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, nasty-looking hit there. Thank God he was able to get up from that. But you get yourself to 3rd and short here, just trying to pick it up and keep moving the chains.
All right, 3rd down and 2. The Knights have been 3 for 4 in this first quarter on 3rd downs. Converted a 3rd and long earlier on in this quarter as we're inside a minute. 7-3 Mississinewa. Here's the snap, handed off, and it's a first down. Norwell has no problem picking up the needed yardage there. A gain of 4 out to the 47-yard line. Give the credit to Norwell's backup Cash Begley. In fact, that's kind of the 3rd string back for the Knights, but again, he'll be in the rotation this year. And Norwell able to keep this drive alive at the 47.
They found ways to move the football so far today. 6 first downs so far. So definitely doing efficient things on the offensive side. Just got to be able to finish the drive.
Believe it or not, Norwell only had 6 first downs the whole game last year when Ole Miss and Norwell played in the season opener. That was a 35-0 Mississinewa win. First and 10 at the 47. Could be the last play of the quarter. Go inside 20 seconds. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left of the quarterback, Kurtz. Number high snap. Stands in the pocket, airs it out, spiraling, and picked off! Intercepted by the batting arm of Eli Starnes at the 30 as Kurtz throws into double coverage. Cooper Bunn, the intended man, but he was doubled up, and Starnes comes away with a pick. It's Norwell's second turnover of the first quarter, and with 6 ticks remaining in the first frame, Ole Miss gets another takeaway.
So Starnes obviously taking the ball away from Norwell's offense single-handedly twice in this ball game. Earlier, it was a short drive right after the interception, but let's see if Mississinewa can turn the turnover into some points here.
Now, the Indians have certainly had an opportunistic first quarter on defense. They have given up some yardage. They haven't been stout between the hashes, but they have been able to get that takeaway when they need it.
From their own 29-yard line.
I don't know if we're waiting on a fresh football here or what. Or maybe there's a penalty. So the officials are discussing now. Jeremy Lochner is trying to get a ruling. Not sure what the problem is. Now they get that football. So they were waiting on a football. That's all it was. Yeah, definitely week 1 type of event.
Obviously, all the focus for Norwell right here is on Crandall having that big run last drive.
High probability run here on first down and 10. 3 guys in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's a designed run on a little wildcat for Levi Crandall, and he has plenty of success. Powering across the 40 out to the 43. A gain of 14 on the last play of the first quarter, and that sends us to a break. We've played 12 minutes in Gas City. Mississinewa 7, Norwell 3 on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. This is high school football, brought to you by the Indiana Army National Guard on the Action Sports Network.
Sometimes it's just unavoidable and you get inconvenienced. I'm going to give you a collision repair company that you have never heard of. They get you back on the road with your vehicle that looks like it did before. That. SNS Body and Paint. Seth Thomason and Sean Robinson have been repairing wrecks of cars, trucks, and motorcycles for over 40 years combined experience. SNS Body and Paint.
Looking for something everyone can agree on?
Start with incredible food.
Stay for the fun?
Great food, great games, great memories. It's all about the experience.
Got it. And it's first and 10 on the 43. Mississinewa going out right to left in red, defended by the Knights in white. 2 receivers split to the left of quarterback Jacob Schwartz. It was a wildcat on the last play. Crandall fakes it this time. It's a wobbling spiral out to the 40-yard line. A screen pass in the backfield to Ravion Fetz. That was going nowhere. Slow developing play, loses Chu, and the stop made on defense by Norwell's Ben Peterson and Carter Costello.
Stop was made by number 29, Landon Clark.
So 2nd and 12, and Markey, they have not gone to the air a lot here in the first half so far, but they might need to as facing a 2nd and long.
Obviously, you got the power of Crandall in the backfield, too. He can pop one off at any time.
11:20 left first half. Ole Miss 7, Norwell 3. Hand off to the left, and another big run this time. Stepping out of a tackle, Jasper Ballage down the left sideline. And he's finally pushed out inside the 30, inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. And they're able to rip off another big one, this time between Wilson and Faust on the offensive line. 2 big runs for Mississinewa in this first half. Brady Vachon a little slow getting off there for the Knights, and they'll have to sub in Wyatt Clifton. But Mississinewa with his first trip inside the red zone.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to get up and go almost on every snap, and doing the same thing here, trying to catch Norwell off guard defensively.
First and 10 on the 17. After that burst of 43. Fake the handoff. Schwartz now rolling to his right. Throws it to the far sideline. It's brought in by Eli Starnes inside the 5-yard line. And finally tackled out of bounds at the 3. And I think Mississinewa will probably change personnel here on a goal line situation. First and goal at the 3. And Eli Starnes has been everywhere. 2 picks and a big catch there to make it first and goal.
Yeah, nice job by Schwartz to find him wide open in the flat there. And looking to score here, won't take much out of the Indians.
That was a major weakness for Norwell last year defensively, was in the secondary. They were okay up front, but struggled when you got to that second level. Calling his own number, Jacob Schwartz on first and goal, takes it into the end zone untouched. And Mississinewa scores on back-to-back drives, courtesy of turnovers. 10:43 to go in the second quarter, and Mississinewa extends the lead to 13-3.
Yeah, and it's starting to not be what Norwell wants here. Getting down early, Mississinewa taking full control of this ball game as kind of doing the weird little field goal setup here.
Just make sure everybody's paying attention. Mark Addington's going to pick the extra point once again, and now they're short a man on the special teams play. And now racing onto the field for Mississinewa is Dane Horn. He was not where he was supposed to be.
The long snapper.
You got to need that. So Addington is on for the PAT. Mississinewa leading by 10. 10:43 left in the second quarter. Low snap this time. The kick is also low. It hits the upright and bounces in. It goes off the left post and in. It's a bit of a shaky special teams play all around, but they convert. Mississinewa 14, Norwell 3. 10:43 left in the second quarter on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. This is high school football presented by the Indiana Army National Guard on the Action Sports Network.
Every family is different. Short, simply. A first meeting. A thoughtful question, a quiet moment of trust. From there, it grows into shared goals, honest conversations, and a plan shaped around your life's ambitions. The connection between you and your financial advisor is everything. By investing in it, Raymond James has built a firm where things that start simply have boundless potential. That's the power of personal.
ActionSportsNetwork.live.
Second quarter. Marking severe. 14-3. Mississinewa leading Norwell. If you're just hopping onto our broadcast tonight, Norwell drove nearly 70 yards on the first drive through an interception in the end zone, then got a 3-and-out and converted on a 35-yard field goal. Since then, 2 big runs, one by Levi Crandall on that previous drive, and the other by Jasper Ballage, who was pretty sparingly used in the offense last season. Rips off one for 50 yards, and Mississinewa on those 2 big runs have been able to get into the end zone twice and make this a 2-score game.
Deep in for the Knights.
Merriweather's back deep. Here's a short kick to the left, end over end near the 20, brought in by Merriweather with a blocker in front of him. Escapes across the 30, corkscrews out of a tackle. Down the sideline! Merriweather still on his feet, trying to beat the kicker. He dances past him, brings it inside the 10, and tackled inside the 5-yard line. Lance Merriweather nearly broke that one, and I think most of the Indians thought he was out of bounds. A huge special teams play by the Knights. Merriweather brings it back inside the 5. Dylan Davis got juked out. It cost him 40 yards, but he finally makes the touchdown-saving tackle inside the Ole Miss 5-yard line. First and goal, Norwell.
With how the most recent parts of the game have gone for Norwell, I feel like that's exactly what you wanted out of your team right there. Just an explosive play that brings the energy back to the sideline and trying to score here for your first time in the red zone.
Yeah, the Knights will bring that offense back on. Man, what an opportunity here for Norwell to at least make this a 1-score game again. Mississinewa has really flexed their muscle on the ground game with those 2 big runs here in the last few drives. And now Norwell's got a chance and goal to go. 3rd trip, if you'd believe it, inside the red zone. Norwell's only got 3 points to show for it so far. Under center, Hunter Kurtz takes the snap, fumbles the snap. Ball goes on the ground, and Kurtz is able to recover. Now remember, Norwell had starting center Cam Ealing go off the field in the first quarter, And Stellan Davis moved over from right guard. And I think it's been fair to say he's not been comfortable up to this point. Norwell's not losing any yards on that first down, but pretty scary. It makes it 2nd and goal.
Definitely not what you want to see following the big kick return, but trying to clean it up here on 2nd down.
Norwell sends out 2 to the right. Cooper Bunn, the featured receiver, to the left. Pistol with Morgan behind Kurtz. Morgan gets the call between the hashes, twists forward, Pyle not moving much. And he does fall forward, I think, by a yard. Stops down inside the 2, close to the 1-yard line, where it will set up 3rd down and goal for the Knights. They need probably, let's see where they put it down. They're going to mark it at the 1.5, so they need about 5 feet to get in the end zone here on 3rd down.
Very recent years, Mississinewa is known for goal line stands. Let's see what they can do.
Maybe they'll go to the air. They've got single coverage with Trey Privet at the top of the formation here. He had a touchdown catch in last week's scrimmage. Kurtz hands it off to Moyer, fighting forward. Did he get there? Moyer is stopped inside the 1. And he's dragged down from behind. The stop made defensively by Mississinewa's sophomore defensive lineman, Amari Elkins. 4th down and goal now, 2 feet away from the end zone for the Knights.
They've tried to punch it in.
Lincoln Wilson.
3 downs in a row. Let's see what they decide to do here on 4th down.
Yeah, this is a really difficult play.
It is.
Go to the air, you can roll the dice a bit, but they have not gotten much ground up front with the heavy package and the defensive lineman stout for Ole Miss. 4th and goal for the 1. Norwell down 11 in the 2nd quarter. They'll go with a toss to the left. Morgan takes it into the end zone. Oh, he shoulders right over the defender. Ravion Fetz took a lick on that play, and Norwell did get the misdirection they were hoping for. Faked the inside handball off, tossed it for a sweep play to the left, and it's a touchdown as Norwell gets into pay dirt, trailing 14-9.
Yeah, great play call there. He pounded it in the same spot, 2 plays in a row, misdirect the other way. I mean, it's a walk-in touchdown essentially.
And Norwell will go for the extra point here. They did kick a field goal earlier, so this would make it a 4-point game. Huffman is on and was pretty steady on that 35-yard field goal earlier. Here's the boot. It's high enough. It splits the uprights. 8:29 left before halftime on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Ole Miss 14, Norwell 10. This is high school football presented by the Indiana Army National Guard on the Action Sports Network.
On this farm, you don't just grow crops, you grow legacy. The climate gets passed down, along with the early mornings and the never-quit mindset. For over 140 years, First Farmers has served this family like yours, through good years, hard seasons, and everything in between, with ag lending and financial service, and people who know your name. Because this isn't just a farm, it's a future. Ag lending built on heart and only a First Farmers that can trust. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Action Sports Network.
8:29 left, 2nd quarter. Derek Devlin, severe. Norwell trailing now 14-10, and it was all set up on that Lance Merriweather run back. If you're just hopping on, the kickoff there. Merriweather looked like he was tied up near the sideline, and for whatever reason, a couple of Indians kind of stopped playing. Thought maybe he was shoved out of bounds, but he was able to twist forward and beat the kicker down to the 5. It took 4 tries to get it in from the 3 marquee, but they finally were able to get it in as Huffman boots it from left to right. End over end kick inside the 5, and it bounces out of bounds. So Mississinewa could start on the 35 if they choose, and this would be the best starting field position, save for a turnover tonight for Mississinewa. But Markey, Norwell's got to feel like a weight is lifted off their shoulder. This is a little bit more indicative of how this first quarter and now early part of the second quarter has gone.
Yeah, this is really the best way that their defense has felt coming onto the field mentality-wise. Just more positivity in the air following that last possession. But if you want to find success in this game for Norwell, you got to get some stops against this Mississinewa offense.
14-10 is the lead for Mississinewa, and they have gotten 2 gigantic runs offensively tonight that have made the score what it is. It looks like they're going to send Norwell's kicking team back, and Huffman's going to have to kick it off again. A little surprised by that, given the starting field position that Mississinewa generally dealt with tonight. But that'll back Norwell up to the 35 to kick it off. And so they'll test the debuting Braden Huffman once more. A couple looks at the out-of-town scoreboard. Maconaquah on top of Sheridan 14-0. Oak Hill leading Eastern 7-6. That game late in the first quarter. Northfield on top of North Miami 16-6, and Logansport leading Peru 20-6 at the end of the first quarter. Reminder: you can listen to all those games on the Action Sports Network app tonight. ActionSportsNetwork.live. Back deep, Ravion Fetz for Mississinewa to the right. Huffman approaches and boots it away again. This is a better kick. Inside the 10-yard line, Crandall picks it up at the 8. Takes it out to the 15-20. Dances to the near side, 25-yard line. Tripped up at the 27 as he is stopped by Norwell's 19, Ben Peterson, playing on special teams and in the linebacking core tonight, and also getting carries in the backfield. So that gamble doesn't pay off, as 7 yards, or I guess 8 yards behind where they would have been had they taken the penalty. Nonetheless, 1st and 10 marquee for Mississinewa, and I'd be interested to see what the Indians look like on a sustained drive. They haven't had to do that yet. They've had the big play explosiveness that they had last year, and so I'd be interested to see if they have to grind out a 9-10 play drive here.
Absolutely. Without the big hitters, what can the Indians do?
3 receivers right on first down. Shotgun snap, handoff to Crandall, shakes one defender, and then gets contacted again on the near side numbers. Brought down by Norwell's Adam Monensmith after an escape of 2 yards on 1st and 10. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Just seeing a lot of positive runs overall from Mississinewa, too. Just putting the head down, getting as many yards as they can. Crandall does a very nice job of that.
I'll be honest, Marky, there's been more offense in this game than I expected up to this point. Again, watching Norwell last week at their scrimmage, very clunky, and you expect that early in the season. But defenses sometimes get their act together a little bit faster, and the offense is firing on all cylinders. 2nd down and 8 for Ole Miss on their own 29. Here's a number-high snap to Schwartz, looking for blocker, stretching it out to the right. He's in the backfield, and he gets brought down for a loss. Stop back near the 26-yard line. Adam Monensmith chased him from the right side of the field, 30 yards across to the left, and Monensmith has brought him down on consecutive plays, and it's now 3rd down and long for the Indians, called 11 from their own 26.
So probably expected to go in the air here, maybe like some kind of screen pass to the outside. Maybe a little dump down, but Mississinewa, I can't even say that, actually. I'm going to correct myself, because they've had the big hitters
yes, they have.
in the run game. So it's hard telling what the Indians are going to do here.
Crandall to the left of Schwartz once again on 3rd down and 11. Here's the snapback. It's low this time. Schwartz picks it up, throws it on an out route. It's picked up there by Mississinewa's top receiver, one of their top receivers, Jasper Ballage, who had a big run in the first quarter, but he's well short of the first down. Spilled out of bounds at the 32-yard line, gain of 7, and it's 4th and 5, and the punt unit comes on for Ole Miss, leading by 4. So 6:29 left in this first half, and Marky, I feel like there's been some big emotional swings in this first half so far, right? Mississinewa got the interception, 2 of them in fact, got the big run for a touchdown, and now it feels like the momentum's changed to the other side of the ledger, where Norwell could take the lead on this drive.
I would not put a fake out of question here. Nope.
It's a boot. It's dying near the 40, and it checks up like a sand wedge at the 42, and Norwell will take over on the left hash mark there with 6:04 left in the second quarter on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Speaking of scoreboard, time to take a look at the games going on around the area. Eastern has taken a 14-7 lead over Oak Hill after adding a 2-point conversion there, and Huntington North and Eastbrook deadlocked at 7. By the way, that was a 7:30 start, so expecting that to get underway a little bit later, or I guess finish up later. This has really been an entertaining first half. You know, again, there's been some of that first week stuff, Marky, but there's been a lot of positives for Norwell and Mississinewa to take away, and certainly plenty of mistakes to clean up too.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball as well. Obviously, Norwell, they've done a nice job pounding the football, getting the ball down there, just need to finish more. They'd have a nice lead right now if they could do that.
Hand off to Cash Fagley, I think, who got the carry. He's upended after a gain of 2. Contacted near the line of scrimmage and then tumbled forward. It was Fagley, in fact. Stopped at the 44-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up between the hashes. Well, we've got a jam-packed halftime coming up. We'll have a look at some of the first half stats. We'll also have a check of the out-of-town scoreboard, and you'll hear from IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig on Commissioner's Corner. 2nd down and 8, pistol on this 2nd down play. High snap this time, picked up though, and Fagley bursts through the line across the 50. Sheds a tackler at the 40, still on his feet, and finally a robo-dope down to the 33-yard line. Cash Fagley, all 170 pounds of him, is able to get some extreme yards after contact on that play. 1st and 10 for the Knights in the 32.
Bouncing off about 3 tackles there. He's lucky he went straight to the ground at the end of that ball. Was way out in his hand. Could have got punched out pretty easily, but nice pickup there.
Yeah, he seemed like a young runner without a care on that play. 1st and 10, Knights moving again, trailing 14-10. Inside 5 to go, first half. Shotgun snap, and Fagley again feeling his way forward. Man, Fagley, what a run. Down to the 27-yard line, right behind the right guard. And the stop was made, initial contact by Lincoln Wilson on the defensive line for Mississinewa. First down gain of 5, and Markey, there wasn't a huge hole there, but just falling forward and Norwell establishing that run game very well here in the first half.
And that should be the goal. Just put your head down and get as many positive yards you can. Keep moving the stick and just keep marching towards this end zone and finally finish and get a touchdown here.
Much quicker moving second quarter so far. 14-10 Indians. Here's the snap on 2nd and 5. Fagley again makes 2 men miss at the line of scrimmage, but a penalty marker comes flying in. He stood up, forward progress stopped at the 25-yard line near the left hash. And Scott Macklin is ready to make the call. We have not seen many in the first half. These are 2 teams that weren't penalized all that much last season either. It is a hold. I think a fly has suffered a fatality in the press box. So we'll see where they end up marking this off from. The ball's resting at the 25, but the hold should bring it back.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. A repeat, 2nd down.
It's always entertaining with high school officials with the ref mic. 10 yards back to the 35. So 2nd down and 13. Norwell going in, but that could be a crucial penalty.
It could be.
As we tick down toward 4 minutes left in the half. Snap to Kurtz, chase from behind. Kurtz on the move. Oh, he takes himself out of bounds for a loss. So that'll be a sack back to the 40-yard line. Kurtz went rolling out to the left, and instead of throwing it away, took a 5-yard loss. And now it's 3rd and almost impossible for the Knights.
I don't know if he saw a hole maybe that he thought he could have attacked and then just closed real quickly, but no sight of throwing that one away at all.
That's a learning moment for the sophomore quarterback. Again, remember, Kurtz does have experience. He started several games as a freshman last year after the injury to starting quarterback Caden Castle. 3rd down and 18. Norwell on the 40, trailing by 4. Shotgun snap, fake the handoff, move to the right. Kurtz on the move, flicks it forward. It's caught in stride by Caden Inestroza. And he powers his way across the 30, down to the 25. It'll depend on the spot. I think they're going to give it to him. He stopped near the 23, might be about a half-yard short. The near side official stopped the clock. Now they'll roll it, so it is 4th and 1 for the Knights, but this is an obvious go for it on the Mississinewa 23.
Oh, yeah, more than obvious. You got to pick this up close to halftime here. This really would set the tone for the second half for the Knights.
How about getting 17 on 3rd down and 18 there? They'll go out of shotgun here, and it's the pistol again. Here's the snapback, handed off to Fagley. He's got more than enough for the first down as he falls forward again out to the 20-yard line, and Norwell got a massive push up front. How about that right guard? He's starting. Oh, he wasn't. I take that back. He didn't start tonight. He's in because Cam Ealing was injured in the first quarter. 6'4", 302-pound senior Lucas Miller got a huge push that time, and it's a 4-yard run to move the chains. 4th trip inside the red zone, by the way, here in the first half, down toward 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Could probably take your time here and try to manipulate the clock. Trailing 14-10, and a reminder that Mississinewa will have the football first in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers right, Merriweather in motion. They'll fake it to him. Kurtz takes it himself, tries to turn the corner, and gets ushered out of bounds down near the 16-yard line. So that'll stop the clock with 2:44 left in the second. Mississinewa leading 14-10. Give him 3 yards on first down. Markey really impressed with how well Norwell has run the football here in the first half.
Yeah, and anytime they've been able to get outside the numbers, definitely getting positive yards. Also been doing a good job just pounding it up the middle as well. Just really winning the run game overall.
Fegley behind Kurtz. Pistol again. Merriweather in motion. This time he gets it on a sweep. Merriweather makes the first man miss, but he's still behind the line of scrimmage. Then he gets clobbered, and then penalty flag comes in from the umpire. That's an interesting spot. You know, initially I would have thought hold, and I think that is going to be the call here. We'll wait on the official ruling, and it is going to be a hold. So I assume that Coach Lochner will take it.
On the offense, be 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
So backs him up to the 27-yard line. 2 holding penalties on this drive. Markey has kind of stalled Norwell's momentum here, but the last time they were behind the chains, they got 17.
It's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot when you're doing things really well on this drive.
Norwell has absolutely dominated time of possession in this first half, but it has not resulted in a lead just yet. Knee-high snap, screen pass to the right. Fegley makes the catch in stride, out across the 25, spilled at the 23-yard line, near the near side numbers, and brought down by linebacker Colton Vaughn, the leading returning tackler from a year ago. So kind of a tough area here, 3rd down and 13. And again, it's so unknown because it's early in the season. You're probably right on the fringe of field goal range here on Braden Huffman's leg, although cleared the 35-yarder without a whole lot of trouble.
It's definitely close right now. You don't have to pick up all of this either, just most of it.
Norwell's kind of ambling toward the sideline here. I think they're going to run this down and call a timeout as the play clock goes inside 5. Josh Gerber waiting near the official. He will call for a timeout. 1:45 to go.
Timeout, Norwell.
Here in the first half on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard, it's Mississinewa 14, Norwell 10, 3rd down and 13 for the Knights when we come back on the Action Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care of Great County is your locally owned and operated tire and service center with 2 locations, downtown and on the bypass.
Some places serve ice cream. We serve memories. Premium ice cream, homemade creations, a place where everyone belongs. Come for the ice cream, stay for the community.
Consider this has been a very fun to watch first half on both sides.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's kind of interesting here what Norwell does, conservative or aggressive, giving 2 interceptions so far in this game.
3rd down and 13 on the right hash on the Mississinewa 23. Snap to Kurtz. He's got time, plenty of time. Throws it toward the end zone. He's got a man. It's Titus Edwards, but it's too far out of his reach. And it drops incomplete at the back of the end zone. And now decision time, and they're going to test Braden Huffman's range. This will be a 40-yard field goal try with 1:39 left in the first half.
This is one of those moments where you're telling your kicking team here, too, if it's blocked, it can be returned by Mississinewa, so just keep that in mind.
And remember, too, there's less risk doing in the high school game because if you miss this, it goes back to the 20-yard line, so not quite as much risk. Huffman stepping it off. Ball will be put down on the 30 from the right hash. A 40-yard field goal attempt for Huffman on his first night. Here's the boot. It's end over end. I think it's got the distance. It does, and it's good. What a weapon here in the first half. Braden Huffman, a pair of field goals, and he makes it a 14-13 ball game with 93 seconds left in the first half.
Being a high school kicker, I'm kind of jealous of him right now. I only had 4 field goals in 4 years, and this dude has 2 in his first game. I mean,
well,
definitely jealous.
You'll be enlightened to know that Huffman only has 1 year of eligibility remaining, so he is, in fact, a senior. And Norwell with 35 and 40-yard field goals, and it's 14-13 as we approach halftime. A reminder that we'll have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard at the break. We'll have scores from the other games on ASN tonight, other CIC games, other Northeast 8 games tonight, and we'll get you a full rundown at the break, as well as a listen from IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. So Mississinewa's got a pair of timeouts to work with here and 93 seconds. So, Mark, you can afford to be aggressive if you want to be, maybe take some risks here, but also keeping in the back of your mind, how are you playing this if you're getting the football to start the second half and you got the lead right now?
I think Mississinewa is going to be fully aggressive here. I mean, they've done a good job of protecting the football, moving the football, just doing a good job overall. And if you were able to score here, it would make it almost close to unattainable for Norwell in the second half.
Here's the boot from Huffman, and over in. This is a good one, back inside the 5-yard line and brought back by Ballage there. Far side numbers, 15 near the 20, and then dropped down there immediately. Really good special teams coverage. I can say one thing, even as this game has been on both sides of the football, Norwell's clearly been the better side on special teams tonight.
Absolutely. That and field position just has been the reason Norwell's still in this ball game right now. Mississinewa just kind of shooting themselves in the foot in many different ways with the special teams.
All right, so 1:27 left in the half. Norwell's only got one timeout at its disposal, so you would imagine, unless they are hyper-aggressive and a couple incompletions here, that Norwell's not going to be calling their timeouts to try and get the ball back. Ravion Fetz lined up slot to the left. On 1st and 10 from the 20. Here's the snap. It's a counter. Handed off on the inside, going absolutely nowhere. In fact, a loss of a yard that time for Levi Crandall. And it'll bring up 2nd down and long. And Mississinewa right back up on the ball here with 1:12 to go. So despite that 1st down loss, they're going hurry up. Short standing inside his own 15, rolled the snap back inside the 5, now near the goal line, and it's recovered by Norwell in the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow.
E.J. Morgan hops on it, and it's a Norwell score to take the lead. A really bad snap that rolled back 19 yards. Schwartz did the right thing and tried to just pounce on that and at least save 2 points there, but instead Morgan was Johnny on the spot. Cat-like reflexes with a minute left in the first half, and Norwell takes the lead 19-14.
Yeah, that definitely changes things. We talked about aggressiveness versus conservativeness, and Mississinewa being a little bit too aggressive there, and mistakes happened.
A turnover in the end zone. Both teams have turned it over in the end zone tonight. Huffman back on for the extra point. He has had a lot of action tonight. This is a line drive PAT. It's straight through. And with 1 minute left before halftime, this game has totally flipped. Norwell has scored 10 points in the last 30 seconds to take a 20-14 lead.
So the question is here now, again, you get ball at half. I think you're just trying to get this clock to run out here, and because the safest place right now for Mississinewa is the locker room, knowing you get ball at half. Norwell, though, bringing the momentum towards their sideline once again. It's been a lot of momentum swings all night for both teams.
Now, this is a Norwell team last year, Markey, that only scored more than 20 points in 2 games.
Wow.
Blanked in back-to-back seasons by Mississinewa. 35-0, 35-0. And that can really grind you down for some of these guys that have been out there. They started freshmen a couple of years ago. And Norwell certainly got more experienced. And Coach Gerber was pretty confident. And he's a straight shooter. Talking to him on the sideline before the game today. And it has really turned out here in the first half. And over and kick back inside the 5-yard line. And this time, Ballage will try to bring it to the near side. Actually, it's not Ballage. That's Corbin Weaver. Weaver still on his feet, fighting forward out across the 25 to 27-yard line with 51 seconds left before halftime. And, yeah, we'll see how aggressive they are now after that bad snap. Gave Norwell 7 points to take the lead.
Obviously, on the last drive, going into it, very, very confident the way they've handled the football, but I don't know if you can be too aggressive here. Coach Lochner sometimes likes to do things out of the ordinary, but, again, if I was him, I'd just want to try to get this to halftime as soon as possible.
Ball resting on the 27-yard line for Ole Miss. Left hash. Ravion Fetz near side to the left. He's the lone receiver out this direction. Shotgun snap, handed off. Crandall probes forward to the 30, kept in bounds, and stopped right on the yard marker after a gain of 3. And they will have to run one more play here before halftime, but they're not particularly in a huge hurry, although they are close to the ball. 30 seconds on the play clock, 33 on the game clock. So they're back to it. 2 receivers sent to the right this time of quarterback Jacob Schwartz, the senior. Here's a belt high snap, fake the handoff, throw it across the middle. Fetz makes the catch across the 40, tumbled down at the 44-yard line. Stop the clock for a moment. Stop made in the secondary by Gavin Bechtel. Mississinewa is going to take a timeout here with 16 seconds left before halftime. So Markey perhaps trying to draw up a play where you can get close enough for a Hail Mary right before halftime.
Certainly.
I'm Kayla Garcia with FC Tucker, and I'm here to make your home buying process simple, stress-free, and enjoyable. Buying or selling a house is so much more than a transaction. It's a life-changing moment. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading, downsizing, or selling a place full of memories, I'll be with you every step of the way. My goal is to help you move forward with confidence while making the experience as smooth as possible. I'm Kayla Garcia, and I would be honored to help you with your next chapter.
Mississinewa 14. 2 receivers right on first down. Maybe they go to the air. Schwartz is ready to rock. It's a counter again. Handoff, and it's Crandall, and he's trying to make it to the sideline, but he won't. He stopped across midfield at the 49-yard line. Coach Lochner is trying to decide how to utilize this. Oh, and Crandall comes up a little bit limpy. He lost a shoe on that play, and that is going to be the end of the first half. They'll let the clock run out. Mississinewa, double-digit wins 3 seasons in a row, 10-2 last year. Norwell won 2 games last season. They led only twice at halftime, and they only won 1 of those. And after 24 minutes here in Gas City in Week 1, it's Norwell 20 and Mississinewa 14. We'll take this time out. We'll come back in just a few moments. We'll recap that first.
Starts simply. A first meeting, a thoughtful question, a quiet moment of trust. From there, it grows into shared goals, honest conversations, and a plan shaped around your life's ambitions. The connection between you and your financial advisor is everything. By investing in it, Raymond James has built a firm where things that start simply have boundless potential. That's the power of personal.
That they enter the event with. They should not be running around and should sit in the Mississinewa designated seating areas. Children are not permitted to play on adjacent fields, concession areas, or in any area inside or outside the competition facility, lobbies, hallways, walkways, fields, gyms, or bathrooms. Stay off the field unless given permission by the event supervisor. Thank you. Also, the Adult Booster Club has Chick-fil-A and other items for sale just west of Homeside Stadium seating. children must be accompanied by an adult who stays for the entire contest. No balls or playground equipment are allowed at any athletic event.
Kayla!
These will be confiscated and returned at the end of the event.
Just wait.
Children are to stay with the adults that they enter the event with. They should not be running around and should sit in Mississinewa designated seating areas. Children are not permitted to play on adjacent fields, concession stands, or in any area inside or outside the competition facility, lobby, hallways, walkways, fields, gyms, or bathrooms. Stay off the field unless given permission by the event supervisor. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kayla Garcia with FC Tucker, and I'm here to make your home buying process simple, stress-free, and enjoyable. Buying or selling a house is so much more than a transaction. It's a life-changing moment. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading, downsizing, or selling a place full of memories, I'll be with you every step of the way. My goal is to help you move forward with confidence while making the experience as smooth as possible. I'm Kayla Garcia, and I would be honored to help you with your next chapter.
Now you get down there, Wyatt. I got 43 seconds.
Can we put 3 minutes back on the clock, please?
Oh, dude. I got 0 seconds to get down there. Yeah, you should already be down there, mate. I should. Wyatt, you get down there and you do good. I have been. I know. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Ugh.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Mike Anderson Chevrolet, we help our customers win every single day. From dependable trucks to family SUVs, Mike Anderson Chevrolet has the vehicle you're looking for. At Mike Anderson Chevrolet, you can drive home a winner.
So good. I don't know who did that, but they were amazing.
That was good. You're gonna stay on the juice. Oh wait, no, that means you're out. My bad. Yeah.
All right, we got a minute and a half.
Get your 50-50 tickets out. 50-50 tickets. Tonight's winning number is 143393. 143393. If you have that winning ticket, please bring it up to the press box and see me and claim your prize of $182.
Offensive score. So certainly inefficient in the red zone tonight, but enough to get the lead on the road. Norwell hasn't won a season opener in 4 years. They came down here in 2022 and won 22-7 against Mississinewa. That was the first game in this series, and they have opened the regular seasons with each other ever since. Brayton Huffman kicks off for the Knights, left to right in white, and the Indians return it in the red jerseys, and it's Corbin Weaver angling to the near side near the 20-yard line, wrapped up there. Lance Merriweather making the big play on special teams. He has had a great night. He had that big special teams return all the way inside the 5 of over 60 yards in that first half to set up a would-be touchdown, and now it's 1st and 10 for Mississinewa on their own 21-yard line. Marky will be interested to see. It's the first time they've been down by a significant amount. You know, they were briefly down 3-0 in the first half. How does Ole Miss respond, a team that trailed very rarely last season?
A team that's definitely able to overcome obstacles such as this, and I just think they're going to stay aggressive as could be.
Wildcat. Levi Crandall takes the snap. He has a convoy of blockers and hustles out to the 29-yard line. That was a great push up front, right between the hash marks. They had success running that once in the first half. A gain of 8 on first down.
I like that direct snap to him. Just allows him to be able to get downhill and just do what he does and just be a bulldog at that running back position.
They've got him in there again. Starting quarterback Jacob Schwartz not in the game right now. Here's the snap. Crandall again, just right between the hashes, trucks forward out to the 35. Pile moves to the 36-yard line. And that is a gain of 7 to move the chains, and 2 outstanding runs to start the second half for Ole Miss.
And why not just give it to your guy, direct snap right to him, and just let him march it down the field? I mean, that's 2 back-to-back first downs all by himself.
While resting on the 36-yard line, again, Crandall the direct snap. This one's a low snap. He picks it up, runs it off guard to the right. He's got space across the 45, upended near the 49-yard line. And Trey Privet got below his knees to make that stop, and that could have been a huge gain. It's cut down after a gain of more than a dozen, and another Mississinewa first down. No sign of Schwartz coming back in the game.
Yeah, just marching it right down. I mean, this is bully ball right now.
Oh, there's a big false start. The ball never got snapped. The whole right side moved on that play, including some in the backfield.
A dead ball, offsides on the offense.
Whoops.
Repeat first down.
Been a false start there, Scott. But it's a 5-yard penalty, so it's 1st and 15. And Marky, this is just a loaded. When they're on the field right now, they outsize Norwell by a huge margin. They've got a huge lineup in the game right now. The offensive linemen are inexperienced. Crandall the direct snap, off tackle to the right, across the 45, chugging his legs forward to the 48-yard line, picks up some of that penalty yardage back. It's a gain of 4 to make it 2nd and 11, and he's stopped by Norwell's top defensive lineman. Caden Inestrosa also in on the stop, but Lincoln Moyer was there too.
Right now, the average is about 4 to 5 yards a carry. I mean, if first down, the math will add up to a first down almost every single time. So, I mean, why not keep doing this? Just march it right down the field.
They've gone away from it because Jacob Schwartz is back in the game. The quarterback is there, and Levi Crandall is to his left in the backfield. One man really late getting off is Jasper Ballage. Now we've got a whistle and another terrible snap, and flag is out. This has got to be a substitution mistake by Mississinewa. Okay. So we didn't get the report officially, but it is an illegal substitution. And so, man, you really got to wonder if this is going to be rectified, because I know there was a lot going on there, but that was not a good snap either. That would have been 15 yards behind him again.
Yeah, it definitely would have been a disastrous situation as well.
2nd and 16 now, back on the 43-yard line. Shotgun snap, pressure comes, he escapes. Schwartz throws it back across his body, and it's broken up and incomplete. He had 2 Indian receivers there, Ravion Fetz was there, and Jasper Ballage got his arms on it, but Ben Peterson came running free on the Norwell defensive line to apply the pressure, and now it's 3rd down and 16 for the Indians.
So Mississinewa with a 3rd and long here. They put it in the air there. They went from that bully ball style offense at Wildcat to now having to go out of the shotgun and just let it fly.
2 receivers left on 3rd down and long. Schwartz in the shotgun. He's got a number high snap, fakes the handoff. Here comes Peterson chasing him again. He's on the move, flings it left, intercepted! And Norwell's got a big takeaway across the 40, the 30, the 20-yard line, angling inside near the 10-yard line. And he finally steps out of bounds. Landon Clark, the Norwell safety, 165-pound sophomore who started as a freshman last year. Picks off Jacob Schwartz on 3rd down and long, and Norwell's got 1st and goal inside the 5.
Yeah, everything going right for Norwell right now, especially ever since right before halftime, getting that late touchdown, and then right now almost a pick 6 there, taking it within 5 yards, going to mark it right at the 3-yard line. I mean, this is just ideal situation for the Knights.
Norwell's got a chance to punch it in again. The turnovers are starting to mount in this game. Ole Miss has matched Norwell's 2 turnovers now, and they've been consecutive. And it'll be Cash Fagley, the back. Oh boy, Josh Gerber's kind of hot here, getting onto the field. Norwell calls a timeout with 9:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Knights leading 20-14, but certainly had some issues getting their personnel organized. Let's take a quick break, and we'll return right after this. This is high school football presented by the Indiana Army National Guard on the Action Sports Network.
Shaw Financial Group is excited to stand behind.
Every great community has those places that just feel like home. Family owned, community supported, and proud supporters of our schools. From handcrafted soaps to premium self-care products, there's something here for everyone. Mama Pearson's Soporium, gourmet skin food since 2013. Made for our community, by our community.
First forward on the right hash, near the goal line, shoved back, no whistle yet.
To Lance Merriweather with the middle.
And apparently just shy of the goal line, inside the 1 is where they'll mark it. Landon Clark is in the game now on offense as well. And it's 2nd and goal at the 1. Down here last time, almost an identical situation to the first half. Mississinewa got 3 stops, and then Norwell punched it in on 4th down. Peterson again lined up behind Hunter Kurtz, the sophomore quarterback, who's made a couple mistakes tonight, but leading his team to a lead right now. Belt high snap on the move to the left. He breaks it to the outside, now cuts it up, and he's short. And the ball comes out of the end, but Kurtz was down. It's 3rd down and goal. He lost a yard, and Corbin Weaver was there to make first contact on that play. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line for Norwell, and the Knights have had some real issues here in goal-to-go situations tonight.
Yeah, just got to move the ball forward here. Earlier they scored on that misdirection to the far side from us at the press box. I'm not quite sure where they're going to go here, though. Not a lot of options they haven't shown already.
This would bring up an interesting point if they don't get it in here. 2 receivers right. Here's the handoff. It's Peterson. He busts forward, and he's into the red painted turf for a Norwell touchdown. They cash in on the interception and big return by Landon Clark. And how about Ben Peterson, the junior, gets a tote into the end zone. And it's 26-14. The Knights have scored 23 in a row on the road.
Wow. This is just kind of mind-boggling how this game's played out. And really, this is how it looked in the first quarter. Way early in this game, they just weren't able to finish drives, and now doing so, making good defensive plays, playing really well.
Braden Huffman on for the extra point, perfect so far tonight, and this is a beauty of a kick. And it's 27-14, Norwell with a 2-score lead, 8:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. You're listening to High School Football, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard on the Action Sports Network.
Salty American is now hiring an industrial maintenance
sent from their paper plate factory. It's narrated by Steve.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Mike Anderson Chevrolet, we hope our customers win every single day. From dependable trucks to family SUVs, Mike Anderson Chevrolet has the vehicle you're looking for. At Mike Anderson Chevrolet, you can drive home a winner.
A couple other shockers. You know, we talked about Belmont leading Madison Grant in a 6-0 game. Certainly didn't expect that. Oak Hill has taken the lead over Eastern. That game is 21-14 at this point after the Eagles marched 63 yards in 14 plays to start the second half. And Northfield has a 22-14 lead over North Miami. So Brayton Huffman's back to kick it off. And you think about this game, too, and the field goals, and I know that's not always been a good feeling for the Knights to have to settle for 3 as this boot goes back to the 5-yard line, returned to the 20, to the 21, and Weaver's taken down there. But Brayton Huffman, it would be remiss of us if we did not mention and kind of express the point that he has been a major weapon for Norwell in special teams today. And if that's the kind of consistency you can get out of your kicker, then that's a major advantage over a lot of high school teams in 3A without question.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And that's what a lot of high school teams lack these days, that ability at the kicker position and to be able to stretch out your field goal range, even on kickoff as well, just the ability to set up bad field position and things like that. I mean, special teams can win games for sure.
1st and 10 on the 21. Here's a direct snap again to Crandall. Crandall shakes a defender out across the 30, on his feet to the 40, out near midfield, and finally brought down there. E.J. Morgan eventually brings him down out at the 49-yard line. The Indians have a man down behind the play, back near the line of scrimmage, after that run of 28 yards on 1st down by Levi Crandall. The Knights have had a real issue containing him tonight. Yeah. Crandall has been fantastic again, as we expected. And Indian fans that watched the team last year know that he was overshadowed a little bit by Elijah Monday's wonderfulness and his dominance in the backfield. But he got plenty of carries. It's not like this guy was a slump last year. Almost 900 yards of offense for Levi Crandall. And it does appear to be a cramp. The temperature is slowly slipping down. We're in the mid-70s tonight. Kind of typical week 1 weather. We've stayed dry this evening, and that's part of it. You know, early in the season, it seems to especially happen to younger guys that haven't gone through that hydration prep before games yet. But both teams have made their way to the sideline. Norwell leading this game 27-14, 8:20 left in the 3rd quarter. The Knights have had themselves a nice night offensively. Really, you think about giving away 2 drives inside the 20-yard line. This game could be even further in Norwell's favor. Now, on the other side, if you're an Indian fan, you're sitting here thinking, oh, wait a minute. Had 2 big turnovers and a special teams play that they gave up that put Norwell inside the 5 twice and then once resulted in a defensive touchdown. So, again, typical week 1, oh, man, this could have happened tonight. And lots of mistakes in this game, but also lots of fun and entertaining offense.
I think you're really seeing the importance of field position, too, on the bad side of things for Mississinewa. Just thinking about that interception in the 1st quarter, they started with the ball at the 3-yard line. I mean, it's just nowhere to go to start off the game offensively. Just really no breathing room throughout the game. The thing about Norwell right now, though, I would just say they can't get content on where they're at right now because we've seen the power strikes and the lightning strikes go off for Mississinewa tonight. It can hit at any second, so you definitely can't get content defensively and especially keep the pedal to the metal on offense.
Yeah, you think about that. Norwell has not had a big playability offensively tonight.
Looking for something everyone can agree on?
Start with incredible food.
Stay for the fun?
Great food, great games, great memories. It's all about the experience.
Here in the second half.
Absolutely. I mean, of all the offense we've seen from Mississinewa, it's been the most efficient, most giving offense for Mississinewa. So I think we'll see it very often here.
They're lined up for it. Crandall puts his shoulders down, and jeez Louise, he just bulldozes the defender waiting on him out to the 48-yard line of Norwell. That's a gain of 3 on first down, but Lincoln Moyer tried to dig his heels into the turf there, and that was a good old-school football fight there. So 2nd and 7, ball resting on the right hash. Mississinewa now in Norwell territory, trailing 27-14, inside 8 left in the third.
Levi Crandall's helmet coming off on that play, having to at least take one snap off here.
Yeah, that's kind of hard luck there. Now you lose your best offensive weapon. Question is, do they go to the air? The last time they went there, it was an interception. Jacob Schwartz in the shotgun with 2 receivers to his right. On 2nd and 7, here's the snap, fake the handoff. Schwartz probing, fights his way across the 45, across the 40-yard line, and Schwartz has a first down. That's a wonderful run, and the stop made eventually by Norwell's linebacker Adam Monensmith.
Oh.
And now we've got some real pushing and shoving, and 2 Indians were pushing and shoving themselves. We've got 2 penalty flags that have come out. We've got a massive little kerfuffle that is broken out near the 45-yard line. Both head coaches are on the field barking at their guys to get back. Some of the fans on the other side maybe saw something, because it seems like there's a lot of chatting coming from the Norwell sideline. And it'll be interesting to see how they break this down. Very possibly offsetting penalties here. But we'll see. Regardless, it'll be a first down. This will be a post-play penalty, so it should be 1st and 10 for Mississinewa, even if they're penalized here. The ball is disjointed near the 40-yard line, playing Whopperjaw. And the teams have made their way back out to the field. Scott Macklin and crew still discussing what they saw. Mississinewa did have an unsportsmanlike penalty way back on that first offensive drive in the first quarter. Wonder if some of that has carried over throughout the game. And you also have to kind of wonder, 10-2 last year, this is a program of excellence. Maybe a little frustration creeping in, trailing at home tonight.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you see your team get a first down like that, and you've been struggling to move the football over the last couple of drives, me personally, I wouldn't want to see that out of my team at all. There's just any extra curriculars past the snap.
We got unsportsmanlike on the offense. That'd be a 15-yard penalty. We got unsportsmanlike on the offense. That'd be another 15-yard penalty. 56 is ejected.
Holy moly. They just lost Caden Faust off the offensive line. What in the world? 2 penalties against Ole Miss. They'll march it off 30 yards. 30 yards.
Wow.
And then they lose Caden Faust. That is completely coming unglued here in the third quarter. In a tight ball game where Mississinewa is fighting to try to get back into this thing. That's just a brutal blow.
Yeah, just not something you can have, especially after some positive yards there.
Now again, this still should be 1st and 10 because these are all dead ball penalties. So we'll see how they're enforcing this. The chains haven't moved yet, but I believe this will be 1st and 10. Back at the 30. Unless they're saying these were live ball penalties before the play-in. And they have not changed the down marker, so right now it's 2nd and like 40. This can't be correct. Yeah, so now they've got first down, but now that's 1st and again, I guess it's 1st and 39 because they have not moved the chains back. So
Come on!
Dead ball penalties should move the chains back. This should be 1st and 10. They have not moved anybody. Officials are struggling to enforce this. I guess we're ready now. The officials are kind of discussing still. And now they're going to meet again. And now they're waving the chains back. They haven't moved still. Again, pretty confident this should be 1st and 10. They did lose 30 yards of field position on that and an ejection. And really that's the storyline here is losing Caden Faust. Now they've moved it back and it's finally correct. So it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. So all that work for nothing. And here's the snap. Handed off, and it's a big hole, 35-40, out near the 45-yard line, and that's another first down. This time Dane Horn gets the carry from Mississinewa to the 44-yard line, so that's gain 14, move the chains, and Ole Miss has that sideline a little bit riled up. The fans are into it too.
Yeah, a little bit of explosiveness, getting behind their team. Obviously not what they wanted to see a play before, but you just got to keep playing, and that's exactly what they're doing.
All right, just to kind of reset everything, we're down towards 7 minutes left in the third. Norwell leading 27-14. First down snap for Mississinewa. Hand off to Crandall. Contacted in the backfield. Brought down for a loss this time. On his back, Ben Peterson, who has had a fabulous evening for Norwell. It's a loss of a yard. And I guess we'll actually mark it down at the 44, so no loss on that play. Regardless, 2nd and 10. And, you know, neither team has had a lot of negative plays on offense tonight.
Yeah, no, they haven't. And again, I've said it multiple times this game. They just do a nice job of falling forward with the football. I'm curious to if Mississinewa goes in the air here possibly.
2nd and 10, ball on the 44. Fake the handoff. Schwartz to his right, tucks it and runs. Schwartz is stood up. We've got a huge collision and a penalty marker that comes in. And now William Kaus had his helmet come off. He's frustrated. The official is holding his helmet. The penalty came in near the contact of the quarterback, Schwartz, as he got sandwiched and driven back at the 45. And we'll wait on the penalty announcement. It's on Mississinewa again.
They're blocking back in the offense. Result play, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Boy, Indian fans are really voicing their displeasure now. Down towards 6:22 left in the third, and Mississinewa has accumulated 40 yards of penalties on this drive and an ejection.
Everything's been positive, too, except the penalties.
They're running the football, and, man, they just cannot keep it clean here, and it's got to be really frustrating for Coach Lochner. Again, they have had success running the football on this drive. 2nd down and 18. Handoff, Crandall, big hole again, 45-yard line. Crandall out of the tackle. Crandall across midfield, has the first down across the 40. Sideline 30, finally wraps up out of bounds at the Norwell 22-yard line.
So after all they've been through on this drive, Crandall's like, I'm going to get us down there by myself. No penalties, going to keep me back from this.
42-yard dash for Levi Crandall. And it's 1st and 10 for Mississinewa. The clock is on the move halfway through the third quarter. 27-14 Norwell, but Mississinewa is driving and trying to fight back through the penalties and all the other stuff that's happened on this drive. Drama intensifying in Gas City, week 1. Jacob Schwartz has the snap, fakes it, throws it over the middle, and it is incomplete. And the right paw of Landon Clark, the safety, broke that up across the 15. And now another man is hurt for Mississinewa. This is Eli Starnes, who's had a fantastic night. They have had a tough evening. Now he's down on the sideline, hoping it's a cramp. But, man, it is a warm night. We talked about it. It's how it goes early in the season. 2nd and 10 on the 22. Landon Clark had that pick on the last drive for Norwell. Here's the snap. Late handoff to Crandall. Burst through the hole across the 15. And then dragged down inside the 12. The ball came out at the end, but it was after the play. Okay. So he was already down, just shy of a first down. Big run of 9 for Mississinewa's Levi Crandall.
Crandall's explosiveness is just second to none.
Norwell has not had an answer for him all night. He has been fantastic. All right, 3rd and 1 on the 13. Indians trying to fight back, trailing by a baker's dozen late in the 3rd quarter. Norwell fans making some noise on the opposite side. 2 receivers right, tight end left. 3rd down and 1. Schwartz takes it himself. He's got the first down across the 10, and then pops at the 8-yard line. Stopped by Norwell's 19. And that is Ben Peterson, and Jacob Schwartz is now cramping. And so they just lost their quarterback to a cramp, so he's going to have to come off for a play. This is an epidemic at this point. And it's only affecting one team. That's kind of shocking.
Think about this drive in itself, too. They've traveled at least 40 yards at least 5 times.
Yeah, they've got.
Start simply. A first meeting, a thoughtful question, a quiet moment of trust. From there, it grows into shared goals, honest conversations, and a plan shaped around your life's ambitions. The connection between you and your financial advisor is everything. By investing in it, Raymond James has built a firm where things that start simply have boundless potential. That's the power of personal.
All right, so Schwartz will be on the sideline for a play, and you know what that means. Levi Crandall's going to take a direct snap here, and we've had so much success with this. Under 5 to play, 3rd quarter. 1st and goal now for Mississinewa, down 2 scores at the 9.
He has been a little bit sloppy getting the snaps, though. Let's see if that plays a factor here.
Single coverage to the outside on Fetz. Here's the snap. Crandall, stutter step, across the 5, still fighting his way forward. Into the end zone for the Mississinewa touchdown. Levi Crandall, an absolute bulldozer. Touchdown, Indians. 27-20 with 4:39 left in the 3rd.
Crandall, again, just a bulldog of a running back. I will say, though, Derek, you can watch a lot of high school football this season. You won't see too many drives like that end in a touchdown with all the penalties that they had. That's a nice job by Mississinewa overcoming some adversity throughout that drive.
All right, on for the extra point. No chicanery here, although they are a man short. And Addington for the extra point. This is important. They're down by 7, and they got 12 guys in there. Here's a penalty. That is an illegal substitution. So, boy, just can't get out of their own way on this drive, man. It's a 5-yard penalty, so a little bit deeper of an extra point for Addington now.
Got dead ball foul, got illegal substitution on offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat the extra point.
All right. There's been a lot of personnel issues, which, again, you expect some of that in week 1. But now, this will be basically a 25-yard extra point here for Addington.
That 5 yards is a lot of distance for a PAT.
It certainly can be. You would know. Here's the snap. Ball's down. Kick is on the way. This is pretty short, but he's got it. And the extra point is through. 4:39 left in the 3rd quarter on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. It's Norwell 27, Mississinewa 21. This is high school football presented by the Indiana Army National Guard on the Action Sports Network.
You didn't outgrow your home. Your life just expanded. The soccer feats, the science projects, the Sunday dinners that now need 2 tables. You earned the upgrade. We'll help you make it happen. First Farmers Bank and Trust. Home loans built on hearts and grit. Visit us online at ffbt.com or stop by a branch today. Equal Housing Lender. Member FDIC.
Every high school football game, only here. TSN. On the Action Sports Network.
Here on the Action Sports Network. Norwell 27, Mississinewa 21. That ends a streak of 24 straight scored by the Knights. Derek Decker with Marquis Sevier. Partner, that was one dramatic drive by Mississinewa there. And they were able to pop that in after more than 40 yards of penalties on that drive. And they suffered a loss on the offensive and defensive line. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But they're ready to kick it off right to left. And there's the boot. Angling left inside the 10. And it bounces out of bounds again at the 2-yard line. And so Norwell will have good field position again. Titus Edwards played that on the bounce and allowed that to roll out of bounds. And that's the third kickoff we've seen go out of play combined between the two teams tonight.
In a way, for both kickoff teams, I mean, it might be a positive thing, not allowing the big hitter on a kick return. We already see one today, almost taken back to the house for Norwell. But Norwell, they haven't had their offense on the field in a while. We're going to have to see if they still have going on what they did earlier in the ball game.
Yeah, we should have started like an egg timer. It has to be like a half hour since Norwell was last on the field on offense. By the way, Madison Grant has taken the lead against Belmont 8-6. That game is in the third quarter. Belmont trying to end a 4-year-long losing streak. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 2 men in the backfield. Here's the low snap. Hand off to Fegley, and he has stood up behind the line for a loss of 1. Boy, this has really turned into a rowdy game here in Gas City. And the Mississinewa defense playing with some real juice.
And that's what, maybe in a weird way, the fireworks in the last drive that we saw with the ejection and all that might have sparked a little energy in the Indians.
Yeah, Caden Faust, if you're just joining us, was ejected a few moments ago for Mississinewa on an unsportsmanlike penalty. 2nd down and 11 for Norwell on their own 34-yard line. Held high snap. Kurtz on the move to the left, tucks it himself. He's got a little space across the 35 and works himself out of bounds to 39. He was hip checked out there by Mississinewa's Jasper Ballage, the safety coming up to make that stop. 5-yard gain, 3rd down and 6 for Norwell, and this is a really crucial 3rd down, Marquis. If Mississinewa is able to get a stop here, they've got all the momentum and a chance to take the lead on the next drive.
Absolutely. You know the blitz is coming here, trying to get pressure on the quarterback, probably going to be in the air here.
3rd down and 6 from the 39. Bootleg to the right, flip it out here. Inestroza drops it, and it's incomplete. Ravion Fetz was in coverage. I don't know that Inestroza would have gotten a first down there. Fetz was pretty Johnny on the spot in coverage, but regardless, Norwell goes 3 and out after all that. And now the Indians get the ball back with 3:24 left in the third, trailing by a half dozen.
I will say Norwell got very lucky that wasn't tipped more than it was. That probably would have been a straight V line to the end zone.
Yeah. They've already turned it over twice tonight. This is the first Norwell punt of the game.
Wow.
Trey Privet is back deep. And he booted it for an average of 36 a kick last year. This is a bad snap. He bounces it at the 20, and now he gets it away on the run, and he got off a good one. He hits it inside the 30, and it rolls inside the 20. Down inside the 15-yard line. And, oh, man, Norwell dodges a major bullet, and it's blown dead at the 13-yard line after all of that.
A lot of punters these days, they don't realize that you can still kick that ball.
And that was a right-footed beauty by Trey Privet. 48 yards with no return. We've been discussing field position all night. And Mississinewa once again finds themselves inside their own 15.
If Mississinewa ends up with a lot larger number of yards this game, it's literally just because of where they've been on the field the entire game.
Right.
I mean, it's been a struggle the entire game.
3:12 left in the third. Mississinewa down 27-21 at home at Fisher Field on their own 13-yard line. Against the Norwell team that won only twice last season. Here's the snap back. Handed off to the hot hand in Crandall. He's got space again. 15-20, bouncing off men and finally tackled to the 21-yard line. And stopped by Norwell's Adam Monensmith, who took a real big tumble, and he's a bit woozy getting up there. It's a gain of 8 on first down.
It's very odd to me that it seems like the more hits Crandall takes, the faster he's getting and more explosive he's getting. It's just like revved up ever since the first quarter.
And the scary part about that for teams in the CIC is Crandall is a junior.
Wow.
And he's going to have himself, boy, that's a really generous spot. They actually gave him 10 yards on that. So first down for Mississinewa, late to move the chains. Here's the snap back. Handed off to Crandall again. This time he's contacted across the 25. Stopped at the 27-yard line. And he is brought down by Norwell's Gavin Bechtold in the middle of the field. It's a gain of 4 on first down, but they have not had many negative plays tonight other than penalties.
And Crandall himself, I don't think, maybe one. I don't think he has any negative plays. It's all been forward, falling forward. Just really, really good football from him.
He is an incredibly impressive player. Incredible. Second down and 6 for Mississinewa on their own 28. And they'll reverse it. Here's a handoff, and it's a first down. That is Mississinewa's Dane Horn on just his second or third carry of the game. Out to the 34-yard line as he moves the chains. Norwell has Wyatt Clifton lose his hat on that play, so he'll come off. And it's a first down for the Indians, and they have shown no signs of slowing down offensively here in the second half. They have just gotten their way up front with Levi Crandall. Don't get me wrong, he's had a great offensive line. Another bad snap, though. He's on the move. Schwartz back to his right, flings it down the field, kind of blind, and it's caught! It's tipped up, and it's caught!
Wow.
Can you believe that? Trey Privet got a hand on it here in field, and then it's brought in by Corbin Weaver at the Norwell 47-yard line. That is a total blind throw by Jacob Schwartz, 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Just chucked it as far as he could, and it's complete for a first down.
Just a prayer of a heave downfield, and everything going right for Mississinewa right now, but you got to keep in mind the penalties you've had this game. Stay in your game right now, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Direct snap coming up for Crandall. It's belt high. He takes it himself. Crandall across the 45. 40! Busts it to the outside 30. 25-20. Crandall's going to feed it to the end zone. 47 yards to tie the game. 62 seconds left in the third. We're deadlocked at 27.
So how he said things changed right before half, going in Norwell's favor. It's right back the other way now, Mississinewa in the last 2 possessions. I mean, this game's insane.
A high-intensity, emotional game so far. And now we've got a whistle and a stoppage as Jacob Schwartz is down again. And the quarterback, well, he's got to come off. They stopped the play, so he's got to come off. Now, he's saying he's okay, but he has to come off after that. So they'll bring on Eli Starnes to hold the extra point. This is drama-filled, too, because it's a tie game. Like, they've had problems with snaps all night this evening.
Almost. I'm curious. See how it goes.
I think they're short a guy again. I think they've only got 10 guys on the... Oh, it's a bad snap! And it rolls back, and it's no good! Another bad snap, and we will remain tied with 1:02 left in the third. This game can't get any wilder.
A lot of drama.
That's a lot of air let out of the balloon, too, for Mississinewa.
Oh, yeah.
What a wild game. We'll keep it here and try to recap what has happened so far here tonight. So Norwell broke the ice with a field goal in the first quarter, a harmless, innocent field goal. And then Mississinewa scored on back-to-back drives, really kind of took control of the first half. Norwell was able to flip the script on that, big special teams play, and then a defensive score got Norwell into the end zone, took a 6-point lead into the half, scored very early on in the second half, and then Mississinewa has answered back with some real authority. Back-to-back touchdown drives for Mississinewa, but they missed the extra point. It really wasn't a miss. There was no kick attempt on that. It was a rolled back snap, which has been a common theme this evening. And with 1:02 left in the third, this game is even at 27. And I don't think the next score probably wins this game, the way it's going.
No, absolutely not. And, like, just the roller coaster of events here, it wasn't as explosive and just insane as it is right now earlier in the ballgame. It's just been a lot of explosive plays from both teams. Mississinewa coming back into this one. I mean, this is what high school football is all about when we're seeing it week 1.
All right, ready for the kickoff from right to left for the red-clad Indians. It is a short, it's an onside kick attempt. Smith gets drilled, but he hangs on to it. Smith took an absolute lick.
Ball might be loose.
But Norwell's got the ball, but I think that was a hugely dangerous play there on a pooch. And the Norwell coaches are really upset about that, but it seemed to be a legal play.
Hit by number 5, Jasper Ballard.
The officials are discussing, but it might not be about the foul. I think they're saying that the ball was down, or I don't know if the ball came out there at the end.
I was thinking that, or they're discussing, did anyone see a fair catch called? Because if so,
it gets blasted.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So so they've said it's a fair catch. So that's what one of the officials is saying. And
if it was a fair, wouldn't there be a penalty then, or?
Well, he just got lit up on that play. I mean, absolutely level. Also, the spot is incorrect, but it's close enough. They're waiting on a football here. This has been, and listen, no hard words to the officiating crew. This has been an incredibly difficult second half to manage tonight. It's been a very physical, intense game. 27-all, 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Norwell with the football on the 45-yard line near midfield. Here's the snap back. Kurtz fakes a throw, then throws it to the right. It's brought in. Penalty marker down. This might be coming back here as Landon Clark makes the catch near the 46-yard line. They'll call it for an ineligible man downfield on that play. So it'll come back, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Excitement building up all around us. You can just feel everyone getting into this game.
Illegal man down the field on the offense. Repeat, first down. 5-yard penalty.
Some games have been so intense.
Yeah.
You kind of wonder about the future of this series after this game tonight. Here's the snap. It's a handoff. Out to the right. Oh, man. Morgan gets absolutely drilled for a loss at the 39-yard line.
Dane Horn.
Horn just lit him up. Second down and 16. They are flying around the field with some real energy right. Clock are virtually identical here. They do have to snap, but there's about a half-second difference, so they'll have to get a playoff. But Norwell's kind of taking the time here. Maybe they're saying they won't have to get a playoff. I think they're going to send him to the sideline. So now Coach Lochner is pointing out that there's less than a half-second difference between play clock and game clock, but they're gonna say it's not a penalty. So both teams are on the sideline. The third quarter has ended, and emotions are running high, to say the least. We're going to the fourth quarter. You're listening to the Action Sports Network, Norwell and Mississinewa, tied at 27.
Boys, eventually we all have this happen to us, the old car wreck. Listen, when this happens to you, you need to contact SNS Body and Paint. That's the collision and repair business that you've never heard of. 3 miles north of Sweetser and 1 mile to the west on 400 North. SNS Body and Paint. 40 years of collision repair work. Free estimates, quicker turnaround. Seth Thomason and Sean Robinson, that's SNS Body and Paint. Find them on Facebook. Kind of sad to say, but you'll probably meet by accident.
Live from Indiana.
Some places serve ice cream. We serve memories. Premium ice cream, homemade creations, a place where everyone belongs.
Scores in this game. Huge swings of emotion and momentum. Out of the pistol. Here's the snap and the give to Fegley. And Fegley twists forward for a couple yards, but a negligible gain out to the 42. Picks up 3 and sets up third down and 13. And Markey, I'm very interested to see how Norwell handles this. Will they go conservative, try to avoid the turnover, play field position, or do you try to pick this up?
Well, with the punt they had earlier, I don't think you got to do too much here. I really don't think you do. And just don't lose the football, basically.
It's been amazing how much different Mississinewa has played with the energy since the injection. That's a real key part of this game. Third and 13. Shotgun snap. Kurtz on the move to his left. Throws it back across. It's a deep ball. He's got a man. Privet brings it in. Inside the 30. Down to the 25. Trey Privet got behind the defense, and Norwell converts on 3rd and 13 for a huge gain.
So conservative, but taking a shot. I like it. Because if it gets intercepted down there, it's basically the same punt you'd get. But a nice catch and a bring in, and big time first down for Norwell, and they're cooking right now.
34-yard hookup with Trey Privet. First down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Trey Privet, it was that big play specialist last week in the scrimmage. He's got some huge upside here tonight. Turn right, hand it off. Fegley tripped up at the line of scrimmage and slides down after a gain of 2. Looked like he got his shoelace tied up with somebody. So 2nd and, call it 8 from the 23-yard line. Markey, it is worth mentioning, Norwell has made a 40-yard field goal tonight, and this is a tie game. So a field goal definitely in play here too.
Yeah, I think that kind of goes with how aggressive or not you are with the football right now. You know you're 2 for 2 on field goals tonight. You don't have to go too much farther.
Again, probably just inside the edge of range for first-year kicker Braden Huffman. 2nd down and 8. Here's a low snap, handed off. Fegley stood up and then drags his defender forward and falls down to the 20-yard line. That's all after contact for Fegley. It's a gain of 3. 3rd down and 5.5 for Norwell at the 20-yard line. Imagine the Mississinewa fans will be noisy again. They have really been into it here in the second half below us.
I don't know if it's because it got cooler out, or I don't know if the game just changed a little bit, but I definitely agree with you. Definitely a change in atmosphere.
What a treat. Week 1, we have gotten all the fun tonight. 3rd down and just inside 6 from the 20. Privet lined up to the near side left, single coverage. Pistol with Fegley behind Kurtz. Number high snap, he gets a block. Now he's scrambling, dumps it off in the backfield to Fegley. He loses his footing. And Fegley stopped at the 21-yard line for a loss of 1. And I think Norwell's going to have to send on the field goal unit for a 38-yard try that would put Norwell in the lead.
So if he drills this, Derek Decker, this might be the greatest first game for a kicker in Indiana high school football history.
This is like special teams player of the week in the state. All right, 30. This one's basically in the middle of the field, tucked inside the left hash. Ball will go down at the 28. 38-yard attempt for Huffman, who's 2 for 2. Flag is out, and it's a penalty, and I think this is going to be on Mississinewa. Coach Gerber was barking about something there, and I wonder if this is going to be against the Indians, and now Norwell's sending the offense back out onto the field.
A dead ball encroachment on the defense. Repeat, 4th down, 5-yard penalty.
Well, that takes away the field goal, so now it's going to be 4th down and less than 2.
This game.
I'm telling you, man. All the Indians have got to be close to double digits in penalties, and we're talking like 70 or 80 yards at the minimum of penalty yardage tonight. 4th down and 2, ball resting on the 16-yard line. So they chase him off the field. Norwell was trying for a go-ahead field goal. They took the penalty and now has 4th and less than 2.
Could just be some hard counts here, too.
I don't think so. I think they're going for this. Power eye. Oh, they jumped again. It was a hard count. Markey Severe. You called it, partner. That's impressive. And Mississinewa jumps twice and gives Norwell a first down.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment on defense. Result of first down.
Boy, that's some experience up front for Norwell going with that hard count.
Oh, yeah.
And a huge mistake by the Indians twice in a row.
Just keep doing it.
1st down and 10. They can get a first down. They're at the 11-yard line. Offset eye under center. Here's the snap. Toss it. Fegley at the 10. Cuts it up. Upended at the 6-yard line. The stop made on the edge by Mississinewa's Corbin Weaver. 6'2", 180-pound senior. Sets up 2nd down and 6.
Right now, the clock is Norwell's best friend, and they're just running this down. When they got the ball, it was like 11 minutes maybe, but they're got it down to 8.5 now.
That was before that. They had the ball to end the 3rd quarter.
You're right.
So, yeah, this is really turned into a long drive. And And the Knights are driving. Second down at the 6-yard line in a tie game at 27 with just over 8 minutes to play in regulation. Fegley to the right of the starting quarterback, Kurtz. Here's the snap. The give to Fegley. And he gets nowhere. He is blasted back and driven down as Jasper Pallage comes away with a football there and then hands it to Scott Macklin, the white hat. No gain on that play. Third down and call it 5 from inside the 7-yard line.
So another huge third down for this Norwell offense. They've gotten to these very desperate third and fourth downs many times in this game today.
I'm interested to see how they play this, too. I would expect something toward the middle. This is a difficult angle for a kicker with the high school hash marks being so far versus college or NFL. Third down and 6. Here's the snap. Kurt stands in the pocket, throws it to the far corner. Jump ball. It's brought in. Cooper Bunn makes the catch for a go-ahead touchdown. Cooper Bunn on a jump ball. Goes to the point, makes the catch, and Norwell has the lead, 33-27.
Just goes up and high points it. Very nice catch. Very elite catch as well. And the way this game's been going, this PAT is pretty important right here.
Well, Huffman has had a whale of a night in his debut. Here's the snap. The kick is on the way. It's got some power behind it, and he blasts it through. 7:14 left in the fourth quarter on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. Norwell has regained the lead, 34-27. This is high school football presented by the Indiana Army National Guard on the Action Sports Network.
Kingdom Roofing Systems, Grant County isn't just where we work, it's home. We're proud to live here, raise our families here, and give back to the communities that have supported.
Some places serve ice cream. We serve memories. Premium ice cream, homemade creations, a place where everyone belongs. Come for the ice cream, stay for the community.
The stop and then back-to-back encroachment penalties led to Norwell scoring on third down inside the 10. And Cooper Bunn, who Josh Gerber said we expect him to be our top receiver, that certainly worked out. They went to their best guy on that play. And here's a yanked kickoff that'll go out of bounds. Oh, maybe.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, I guess it didn't go out. So it checks up at the 6-yard line and apparently did not roll out of bounds.
You at least got to go in the general location. I mean,
that's Corbin Weaver that was down there. And, again, no way really around it here.
No.
Special teams have not been pretty for Mississinewa tonight.
No, not at all. And that's been the biggest downside to Mississinewa's game tonight. And exactly looking where they are right now on the field, on the 9-yard line, I mean, that's just the epitome of what tonight's been for them.
I think it's difficult to say, really, who's been the better team tonight. There's been so many mistakes on both sides.
Yeah.
But Mississinewa has had a much better offensive second half, but the penalties are just killing them. And now we got a whistle here, and Norwell's going to utilize a timeout. 7:13 to go in this fourth quarter, so we will step aside. Norwell 34, Mississinewa 27 on the Riverside Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard. You're listening to the Action Sports Network.
The passing of a pet can be devastating. At Armstrong Funeral Home, we can help you with the loss of your furry friend. Should the need arise, we can come to your home, meet you at your...
I'm Kayla Garcia with FC Tucker, and I'm here to make your home buying process simple, stress-free, and enjoyable. Buying or selling a house is so much more than a transaction. It's a life-changing moment. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading, downsizing, or selling a place full of memories, I'll be with you every step of the way. My goal is to help you move forward with confidence while making the experience as smooth as possible. I'm Kayla Garcia, and I would be honored to help you with your next chapter.
Sideline and stayed inbound. Mississinewa had to jump on it and just take the spot of the ball. It's now it's 1st and 10 from the 7. Levi Crandall's been absolutely unstoppable in the second half. He gets the carry on 1st down, and he gets across the 10, near side numbers, and pushed down by Trey Privet at the 11-yard line after a 1st down gain of 4.
So again, they're going to try to keep going to him and march the ball down the field like they have their last 3 drives, but eventually you wonder if the gas will run out a little bit for Crandall. Right now, though, it doesn't look like it is.
2nd down at 6. This game approaching 2.5 hours this evening in a fantastic battle in week 1 on a 73-degree night in Gas City. Shotgun snap and fake the handoff. Schwartz is clobbered back at the 10-yard line. I'll tell you this, Lincoln Moyer was not fooled. He brings him down around the shoulder pads and loses a yard. And now it's 3rd down and 7 for Mississinewa. This is a pretty important play.
It is indeed, and they've had most success on the ground, and I don't see them shying away from it right here. The thing is, though, if you don't pick it up, can you trust your defense right now the way Norwell's been moving the ball?
They have had some clock-eating drives tonight, talking about Norwell. 3rd and 7 for the Indians on their own 10. 2 receivers left of the quarterback, Schwartz. Crandall next to him. Here's the snap. Handed off to Crandall. Crandall speed across the 15, spilled near the 17. It'll depend on the spot. I think he's got just enough to move the chains for a 1st down.
It's very close.
Yeah, big burst of speed there. Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now they initially signaled 4th down, but they have moved the chains. It is a 1st down for Mississinewa right in the middle of the field.
I don't know why they make it so intense down there.
We got to add some more drama to this game as it hasn't had enough. Half of the 4th quarter is gone. 34-27, Norwell leading Mississinewa, trying for its first season-opening win since 2022. Shotgun snap and handed off, and this time Crandall did not have much luck as he's able to get out to the line of scrimmage between the hash marks and numbers on the near side. Trey Privet is the first to contact Adam Monensmith in the area 2. 2nd down and 10 for the Indians. Marky, they got a long way to go here. The clock is under 5 minutes, and at some point they'll have to start upping the tempo.
And that's what they're not moving the ball in chunks right now like we've seen from them the rest of the game.
It only takes one play. We've seen it all night. They have had huge success, and this is a direct snap to Crandall. Crandall takes it himself right between the hashes, dragging a defender across the 25, out near the 28. He's got another 1st down, and he is stopped in the Norwell secondary by Landon Clark, who had an interception earlier in this game and a big return that set up a Norwell touchdown. So they'll reset the chains, clock back on the move, 4:40 to play, 34-27. Lining up for a direct snap again with Levi Crandall. It's low, he picks it off the turf, and he gets swallowed up in the middle of that line near the 30. So he does pick up positive yards, a gain of 2 on the right hash mark. And E.J. Morgan again first to stop him. So 2nd down and 8 upcoming for Mississinewa. But Marky, we're down toward, by the time this ball gets snapped, it'll be under 4 minutes to play. So time is of the essence here.
It is.
This is basically the make or break drive at this point for Mississinewa.
And as long as these quarters fell, this one's definitely trickling away pretty quickly here.
2nd down and 8. High snap to Crandall directly, and Crandall slips down behind the line of scrimmage, and he loses a half yard. And now a stoppage, and Mississinewa is going to use a timeout. 3:49 to go before this important 3rd down play, with Mississinewa trailing 34-27 near its own 30-yard line.
Every great community has those places that just feel like home. Family-owned, community-supported, and proud supporters of our schools. From handcrafted soaps to premium self-care products, there's something here for everyone. Mama Pearson's Soporium, gourmet skin food since 2013. Made for our community, by our community.
That's what they need right here. They're trying to come back into this game. They need 7, and you just need Crandall or somebody to just have one of those explosive ones like we've seen.
Madison Grant holds off Belmont 16-12. Huntington North leading Eastbrook at the end of 3, 31-13. 3rd down and 8 for Mississinewa on its own 30-yard line. 3:49 left in regulation. Norwell up 7. Direct snap coming to Crandall. Here it is. He takes it off the right tackle. Gets to the 35, 40, 45-yard line. Cuts it back across the 50. And pushed down at the 48 of Norwell. Levi Crandall cannot be stopped. Trey Privet, Titus Edwards combine on the stop. But that's a gain of 22 to move the chains for Ole Miss.
He is really putting this team on his back right now. Marching the ball down and just doing everything he really can.
Clock on the move now as we go inside 3.5. Mississinewa driving down by 7. Shotgun snap. And this is not Crandall this time.
I believe it's Horn.
This is Horn, you're right, out to the 45. Pile moves and stopped after a gain of 3. And a helmet comes off from somebody.
Hayden Horn on the carry up the middle.
And it is E.J. Morgan, Norwell's top linebacker. And so he'll have to come off the field for a play. Well, they actually haven't sent him off. And now they're going to send him off, so they may have to stop the clock here. Scott Macklin is waving off E.J. Morgan. Now, Mississinewa is lined up to take a play, but they have not stopped the clock yet. And now they'll stop the clock.
Official timeout.
Emotions continue to run high tonight. 2:43 left in this final quarter. 2nd down and 7. I wonder if they're...
Can we put 2:50 back on the clock, please?
Man. So they'll put 7 seconds back on the clock. 2nd and 7. This crucial drive. Here's the snap. And it's Horn again, but this time he's taken down for a loss. Now, I got to be honest, as the clock continues to run, Marky, I'm pretty shocked that they've gone away from Crandall the last 2 plays. And I can understand giving him a rest and trying to get him a breather for this last push, but now you find yourself in 3rd and 7.
Yeah, definitely not where you want to be right now, but he is capable of picking this up, and maybe the little break that they gave him there may be worth it. I guess we'll see here.
2:20 left in regulation. Norwell 34, Mississinewa 27. 3rd down and 7 from the Norwell 45-yard line. Knights fans on their feet across the way. High snap, and it's a give to the left, and Pile moving forward, and it's short of a first down, stopped at the 41-yard line, and they go with Amari Elkins, the sophomore tight end. I can understand as there's a stoppage, and they've called a timeout here with 1:59 to go, facing this important 4th down. That's 3 plays in a row. They have gone away from what has made this drive and really the whole second half for Mississinewa. So Amari Elkins, I believe that's his first carry of the game.
It could have been.
But it's 4th down and 3, so it's actually not a timeout. This is a stoppage for an injury.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Mike Anderson Chevrolet, we help our customers win every single day. From dependable trucks to family SUVs, Mike Anderson Chevrolet has the vehicle you're looking for. At Mike Anderson Chevrolet, you can drive home a winner.
7. And really the dueling emotions of what this win would mean for both sides, Marky. If Norwell's able to hang on, you've started off a season where you have had 3 straight losing years. You're 3 years removed from going 10-2. A 2-9 record last year. They were pitched a shutout by these guys a year ago, and they've come on the road to score 34 and really put up an offensive clinic at times tonight, where they've won up front sometimes on offense. But then on the opposite end, Mississinewa has kind of bullied them when they've had the ball on offense. So again, the offense is certainly the better of the two units for both teams, I would argue, tonight, despite some major special teams and defensive plays on both ends.
Yeah, and obviously, offense has been the exciting and most wanting to watch part of the whole game. But I will say that the turnovers, though, have played a big part in the game as well.
No question.
Really, Mississinewa has slowed down a little bit here in the fourth quarter. We saw a little bit of explosiveness in the second half. I just think when you run Crandall as much as you do, it will start to slow down just because his stamina and his running out of gas.
All right, the all-decisive 4th and 3 for Mississinewa. Norwell won just once in last year's regular season. Mississinewa lost only once. Amari Elkins is trying to limp off the field here, and he finally makes it to the sideline. Norwell fans with cowbells, and the Indian fans on their feet on the near side. 4th and 3. Here's the snap back. And Crandall is contacted, powers forward, he's got the first down. Levi Crandall needed 3, he got 4. Norwell 37, clock stops momentarily with $1:54 to go. And it is 1st and 10 for the Indians as the game stays alive.
The clock definitely needs to be the biggest attention for the Indians right now. It is ticking down.
They do have 2 timeouts to work with. That's important. Crandall for a direct snap. He's got it. He fumbles. Crandall is hit for a huge loss. Crandall goes down back at the 47, and Mississinewa is forced to burn a timeout after a loss of 10. And it wasn't a bad snap, it didn't appear to be. It was within reach. It hit him right through the hands. And that is potentially a drive killer. And they're going to have to bust a big one at some point now with 92 seconds left, facing a 2nd and 20.
I could just be mistaken here. I feel like that is an early timeout when you have 2 left.
Looking for something everyone can agree on?
Start with incredible food.
Stay for the fun?
Great food, great games, great memories. It's all about the experience.
With 1:32 left in regulation, Mississinewa in need of a big play now. The quarterback, Jacob Schwartz, is back in. It's a high snap. He pulls it. Pressure comes. Throws it right. Complete. Across the 40. Angling out of bounds to the 35. Fumbles the football. The ball never came out of bounds. And Norwell's recovered near the sideline at the 23. And it's basically going to do it. I thought he was out of bounds.
I thought he was,
He had
too.
not reached the white paint. Norwell gets a strip as he was fighting for extra yardage. And the Knights have the football back with 1:23 to go, leading by 7.
That's a heartbreaker.
Oh, man, what a fantastic drive that was for Mississinewa. And that, you're right, that is a pretty heartbreaking end. And this game is basically over. The Indians only have 1 timeout left, and it takes more than 40 seconds to run a play. So as long as Norwell doesn't fumble here, they are going to put a stamp on a season-opening win on the road against a team that won 10 games last season. That is a statement out of the gate if there ever was one. Oak Hill will come to Ossian next week at the Courtyard, a team that will certainly be searching in their own right after an emotional loss at home. And that was, by the way, that was a thrill of a game last year. Oak Hill had a huge comeback in the fourth quarter to beat Norwell last season. Knights are in victory formation here as Hunter Kurtz will go under center. And this young man has not done this much. The Knights won only once with him as a starting quarterback last season. Mississinewa burns their last time out, but again, as long as Norwell doesn't fumble, this game will end. And Norwell, with a 34-27 lead, a large number of fans have made the 45-minute trip from Ossian, and they have stuck around. They've waited a long time for a win like this. The last couple of seasons, Norwell's beaten Belmont. Last year, they beat Heritage in the sectional opener. They lost the rest, finished 2-9. The year before that, the Knights mustered only 3 wins. And this certainly sets the stage for some expectations potentially now going forward. We got Oak Hill next week in what feels like should be potentially another pretty competitive football game. And then you open the conference slate with a Leo team who's waxing Wayne tonight. That's a real challenge. And one interesting thing about the Northeast State is they never change the schedule. So it's the same every year. So you play the same teams in every week, every year. You're slotted in. And it's a tough way to start conference play most times to do it against Leo, who's a long-time, multi-decade powerhouse. So it's second down and 11 here, but that's all a moot point. And Kurtz puts the knee down. You've got to make sure that everything's clean here. This has been a pretty feisty game up front. Mississinewa had and lost Caden Faust earlier in the game. And the Indians are facing one more snap for Norwell to finish this ball game. Knights kind of just standing around here and making sure that clock goes under 40 seconds before they snap it. It'll be win number 49 in Josh Gerber's 11-year coaching career. He said last night he couldn't sleep because the first one's always difficult. The Knights pour onto the field, a water bath of celebration, a huge celebration onto the field. And the Knights have defeated Mississinewa 34-27 to open the season in Gas City tonight.
Very exciting.
What a thrilling victory for Norwell on the road here this evening. And this one ends with Norwell taking the win. Mississinewa had a promising drive.